All right. Last we left off, leaving the fingers after destroying a strange shark amalgamation made of black glass and shadowy material. You had GodCon, parted ways with the two of the four corners, Merrick and Gary, uh, where sending Polaris to Gulmid Harbor, you teleported back to the destroyed Yeti camp, where you made your way northward, just looking for any sort of sign for the hidden city of criminals like that. Uh, Heading north, eventually you narrowly avoided, an encounter of demons, seemingly after rolling past their nest in the ground. Uh, Balls of maw demons that would just all clasp hands and roll around like little meat boulders. Only discovering this after a meeting after the fact, a Yeti, whose name I don't remember off the top of my head, uh, telling you about the nests and also telling you about the civilizations in the mountains not far from where you met them, across the mountain range. Uh, they guided you northwest from where you were, where Zero you spotted corpses with very minute details of thieves' cant in strange places on their body, the palms, the tongue, the forehead, uh, all leading you, almost funneling you to a certain position somewhere in the mountains. But having found your first clue, you just teleported back to Gulmid after a call from Antoine using the sending stone you bought from the Atnes, where you landed right the familiar town, Gulmid Harbor. The sea salt buildings, the scrap construction of everything, the people, the smell of fish, all very homely to you. You visit a few locations and ending the session in random rubbish and good gubbins with Toxin Circles, a strange tabaxi proprietor who doesn't seem to be all there. Your final act, changing the outcome of a war. Whereupon exiting the building, you get slapped with a whole slop of seaweed, Riley, as you just got sneak attacked by your friend, Halamar Jenkins, Halibut Halamar, a younger half-elf man with sun-weathered skin, fairly lithe and lean, but with defined musculature, short, spiky black hair, and a tattoo of the Sea Spears logo on his left arm, which is the water line with a spear sticking up from above the surface, but below the surface is just transitions into seaweed. His words to you as you are now just sopping wet with this big clump of seaweed on your hair. I preferred you with that hair anyway.
What? It's still not long enough for you? I've been growing it out for most of the year, you know.
It's the color, I think.
Ah, yeah, I do quite like green.
Yeah, never shut up about it. So, finally back in town then, huh?
Yeah, needed to swing by, get some ducks in a row.
The Halamar sort of looks to the rest of you. And I take it you guys have been keeping my boy here safe.
I shrug lightly.
Yes. I am the guardian of these people.
And what's this guardian's name?
Chrysostomus.
That's it's kind of a mouthful. Mind if I shorten that to Chris?
Yeah. Chris Killager.
Awful last name. He looks towards you, Zero. It's been a few years since we had a tiefling in town. What's your name?
I cast Disguise Self when we left the dragon.
Oh, right. Never mind. Wow, you're just a guy now, right?
I'm just a human guy, yeah.
Just a guy. You're a nondescript guy.
Yeah.
You nondescript fellow, what's your name?
Ramsey.
Not gonna lie, it's a pretty cool name for if you don't mind my saying so, you look pretty generic.
No offense taken, of course.
I'm sure you can do all sorts of crazy shit. Fine looks to you, Jana. How about you?
Jana's like petting Giorgio and is like, well, I'm Jana. This is my bear, Giorgio. And I'm also a guardian of Riley.
More like the real guardian, if we're honest.
I
You just,
guard Riley from the other guardian.
He looks to you, Riley, and just goes, well, when you left, I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting you to be adopted, but seeing we have a couple guardians.
Yeah,
He's,
But
I
So
could pass
just-
for somebody's kid, I'm sure.
he pulls out like a fish head from out of the pocket and sort of just like tosses it to Giorgio.
Giorgio happily eats it. Oh, I love
He
that.
sort of
What's
leans
this guy's
down.
name?
Halamar.
Yeah, Halamar Jenkins, or better known by Riley and probably everyone else in town as Halibut Halamar.
Well, I barely need to ask you how well the guild's going. I was talking in your brain thing a few weeks back. I think it would be better to see it with my own eyes now.
It's going. Nothing's really changed. Well, one thing's changed. Come on, follow me. I have a little bit of not a surprise. I'm sure you're expecting it, but let's go.
Let's.
And yeah, Halamar just takes you through town, past God, where is this again? There. Yeah, past just down the street a little bit of ways. He just starts conversing with you, Riley, just talking about life generally. What's been just general, not like filler episodes of conversation, but it's just he's making conversation.
Yeah, and the other day I saw a whale. It was
Yep.
cool.
Pretty much. Yeah, and yeah, occasionally he'll just hang back a little bit and begin conversing with the other three of you, just asking. So, I know a little bit of what Riley can do. He's not really known for being normal, so I imagine he sort of attracts the same crowd. And I'll be honest, I am exceedingly curious to hear what you guys can do.
Well, I'm double jointed.
Maybe I can do a little demonstration.
You've awakened a sleeping giant, my friend.
No, to me, giants are my favorite type of folklore.
I'll do wild magic.
Okay. Roll the 100. $53. What is that? Okay, roll 5d6.
I don't like the sound of that.
Okay. Okay, let me just do some quick maths here. God damn it. Okay. Okay. You cast the wild magic, and nothing seems to happen. But Chris, you understand in your brain you are now immune to alcohol and for 13 days.
Maybe the demonstration will come a little later then.
You cast this like big speed, concentrate on this tongue wand you have, and just like in your you can feel your liver hardening like into like a scale like texture, and you're just like, oh shit. And then but nothing outward really happens. And Halamar's just sitting there. It's okay. This is pretty common. It's okay. You know, it comes with age. All right.
Actually, let me give him. I'll give him a fly. I'll let him fly around.
Oh.
You guys fly on him.
Yeah, I cast fly on him.
Okay. You guys fly on him as he's about to walk away, like mid-sentence. He like slips a little bit, not used to his altered gravity, and he begins just like front flipping a little bit, just like in space. And he's like, okay. Looks to you, Riley, as he's sort of just pivoting at like this constant like 2 mile per hour speed.
It's weird, isn't it? Takes a bit
Yeah.
getting used to.
Uh,
Also, that has a time limit, so you might want to stay close to the ground.
The moment you see that, he begins just heading straight vertical as far as he can go. He gets about 100 feet and then drops back down. He hasn't stopped rotating, by the way. He's just constantly flipping. And as he gets to the ground, he's still flipping. He's just looking around at you. Luckily, I'm pretty used to this on the seas, so not going to bother me. Continuing on, and he just he begins rolling down the street pretty much in midair. How long's flight last again? Like 10 minutes?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't take you guys 10 minutes to get there, but he just guides you down to the street. Riley, you get a sense of where he's going. He's going to the deep dive, the inn. Yeah, as you're led to the deep dive. Yeah, it's Riley. Yeah, for you, it's a very popular place of gathering, jovial atmosphere. Very familiar to you. A place you visited more than once after big halls when you lived here.
Mhm.
The rest of you, unfamiliar with the town, you see a fairly old-looking building, 2-floor building. Much like the rest of the town, it's built out of salvage and scavenged materials from the sea. Building itself is square, though the front entrance is just 2 swinging doors built into the corner of the building. You can see an upper balcony just hangs above the entrance. That sort of wraps about halfway across the building. You see some windows, glass windows. Some of them have been patched up very hastily. Some of them have just been entirely planked over after seemingly something broke it. The railing themselves kind of looks like they come off straight out of the deck of a ship. And on the front of the balcony, just right above the entrance, you can see a simple sign just made of salvaged planks that just simply says The Deep Dive. No fancy fonts, no italicized lettering, just The Deep Dive painted on very, very neatly. And that sign sort of just nailed very crudely into what looks like a wooden mock-up of an anchor that's just been painted black. Halamar sort of just walks up, or front flips and rotates up to the door. Eventually he does stop by himself, willingly. He just creaks open one swinging door and just says, "Yep, eyes and ears everywhere. When I heard you guys came into the town, I gathered who I could." He just nods his head to usher you all in.
And Riley will be the first to enter.
Okay.
Can I make an insight check before I step in?
Sure. On Halamar.
Yeah.
Make an insight check.
Yep.
You met this guy 10 minutes ago. You have no idea. He's been talky and chatty and just generally an all right guy. But you can't really suss out whether that's just who he is, or if he's like hiding something, or if he's wearing someone's face. You have no idea.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. You all walking?
Yeah, I think if Zero
Yeah.
feels great about walking in, Jana will walk in with confidence.
No.
I'll do a little jig walking in.
Wait, what's
which
your
is
moves?
yeah. Well, what is your move? Describe it.
It's kind of like, I guess like the Tobey Maguire slide. know?
Yeah, little shuffle, just finger guns and everything.
Yeah.
Very Chris.
Yeah, which is fitting because as before you even enter in, you can hear the sound of music just gently filling the air. As you do walk in, just past the swing doors. They sort of creak as you walk past them. Inside, you can see a well-lit interior, just made of wooden planks, almost entirely wood, actually. Some of them look like they've been warped or damaged previously and don't really fit together that well anymore. They're leaving these, in some places, almost ankle-breaking gaps in the floor. You see a number of tables and stools and of a nicer quality, generally, spread out amongst the bottom floor, the ground floor. Many of them have already patrons at them. At the far corner, right across the room from where you entered, you see a small set of stairs that just goes up stairs to the second floor. Built beneath the stairs is what looks like sort of like a large cutout in the wall, where you can see a older gnomish woman sort of just handing out pewter mugs, drinks out to some of the other patrons, who then return to their respective tables to enjoy it. Kind of like SpongeBob, that little window at the Krusty Krab. Looking up as you walk in further, you can see an upper mezzanine, sawed down. An upper mezzanine with the sawed down ship masts, sort of keeping it supported up there on the second floor. You see smaller tables there for seemingly patrons that prefer some privacy, with chairs instead of stools. Notably, Riley, this is familiar to you, but the rest of you, you see directly in the center of the building, attached to the ceiling, by just corroded chains, is a huge black iron and heavily rusted ship anchor just dangling in the center of the building. It just dangles in the center of the room like a chandelier, almost, and it hangs directly above a table on the bottom floor in the center of the room, which unsurprisingly remains empty.
What is this? Sorry, I think I missed it.
There's, in the middle of the, like I said, like hanging from the ceiling like a chandelier is a anchor, a ship anchor, just, right in the middle of the room. And below the anchor is a table, that you can sit at and drink at. The chain looks like it's not in the greatest quality, like it's rusty. You can see there's like a green patina on it from age generally. It looks like a fairly shoddy anchor, and it's hanging directly above a table.
I love it. Chekhov's anchor.
Yeah. As you walk in, you can see the source of the music. So you see two performers standing just a little off center from the middle of the room on the bottom floor. You see, two people. One is a man dressed in sort of a long, very well-kept, beautiful black and white coat with billowing sleeves. And he sort of just deftly handles a long-stringed instrument made of a fine redwood in one hand and an elegantly curved bow in the other, and just produces a very hauntingly beautiful sound. He wears a wide-brimmed hat that obscures most of the face from this angle. The other performer is a very large, very muscular Goliath man. No shirt, but he does have loose brown pants. No shoes either. And he seems to have some black tattoos around the face, sort of like in the shape of boar tusk that come out from each corner of his mouth and sort of just curls up to around the corners of the eyes. His big and meaty hands just rhythmically pounding a set of tightly stretched drums made of hide, perfect in its tempo to match the melody provided by the other instrument.
So, based on your wording, I'm guessing violins aren't common sights.
It's a little longer than violin. It's more of a cello, but it's like thin. It's like a thin cello in a way.
Uncommon sight, nonetheless.
It's you haven't seen it.
Okay.
Yeah, but it produces a very smooth, almost haunting sound. You can see the just various instrument cases just around them on the floor. Halmar sort of leads you to a table near one side where you can see a number of people have gathered. Riley, look to the window where the kitchen and bar is, beneath the stairs. You see the familiar face of Clara Wiltonshots.
Mm-hmm.
To be not like a hard ass, but just generally just like,
Day shift worker.
Yeah.
Probably not having the best time right now.
Yeah, she likes people enough. It's just she just takes her job seriously. That's all. But the table that Halmar leads you to, you see a number of people. First, you see a turtle.
Oh, he is here. Okay.
He is here. Oh, Jesus, there he is. Yeah, you see a turtle, an older turtle, with a light green coloration and an eye patch over one eye. Shell is just moss covered and cracked around the neck, and he wears a scavenged cutlass at his side that looks like it hasn't been treated very well. It's just rusty and chips in it. He sort of just looks towards you. Riley, you back then, eh?
That's right, Barham. It's good to be back. I missed the scent.
Well, you'll be happy to hear that I haven't bathed in quite a while. Not since you left.
Well, maybe not your scent. You know what I mean. The salt spray.
Also around this table, you see some guild members of the Sea Spears you know. An older man, human man with a just deep tan skin, much like Halimar. Very large, pretty muscular, standing a little under 7 feet tall. He's a tall boy. Bald, brown beard, and just simple linen trousers. And much like a lot of people, doesn't really wear a top in this town. You can see his body just covered in scars and scratches. Familiar to you, Riley, a man named Geronimo. And sitting next to Geronimo is a high elf woman, also with a tanned skin. Very lithe, almost dainty-looking build, with light blonde hair short below her ears. She's wearing her normal adornment of a tightly fitted, almost black leather wet suit-like outfit, just made of a black and gray shark skin. Aurelia Torrentborn, both members you're familiar with.
Pulling out all the stops, aren't you, Halimar? Friendly faces left and right. You even got a strange exotic instrument here.
Actually, those guys were just here. I don't know
Oh.
who they are, but they they came in one day and just asked if they could play for rooms, and seems Barm doesn't have a. They play well enough. They stay upstairs somewhere. Geronimo sort of just pushes you a already like filled mug, Riley, and just goes, "It's good to see you, Riley."
You too, Geronimo, Aurelia. And he'll grab the mug and he'll start chugging.
Okay. Everyone make a perception check.
Does it depend
Oh, I
on
don't have my thing.
smell?
A classic. For this one, if you want to, yeah.
Thank fucking god.
Where is perception? I have no idea what I rolled. Oh, well. It's a funny number. What the fuck? We are all hyper aware.
Jesus. Performance followed by perception. Okay.
You could say I was just trying to imitate the musicians.
We're still dancing.
They still do the finger guns and everyone's looking at you, not in the Spider-Man 3, but just like, what is he doing? Yeah, pretty much most of you, except you, classic, notice behind the large human man, Geronimo, is another figure, a smaller figure that is feathered and is just like hiding almost behind the large stature of this Geronimo fella.
I don't think I have any Eric Kokra in my history. Do I?
No.
Hiding, as in like in fear?
Almost like the classic anime girl peek behind
Like,
a
yeah.
corner thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is
Okay.
this?
Behind the human man sitting down, Geronimo, is almost like a smaller feathered figure just hiding behind this dude's large stature.
I think when Jana sees this, she's just gonna nod and otherwise act like that's normal. Not my fucking business.
Geronimo, did you pick up a child on the way here?
Halimar sort of steps in. Aurelia sort of just looks and just whispers something just under her breath towards this feathered figure with a very kindly smile, uncharacteristic of Aurelia that you know of. But Halimar sort of just looks towards you. About that, after you left, a couple weeks after, we have found your replacement. Well, we needed someone to sing, so it just wasn't the same. See Helmar walk behind Geronimo and just carry out by a hand. You see a fairly small, younger-looking Kenku.
Kenku.
Yeah, with black feathers and just brown, beady eyes. But it's pretty short, but really well, for a human. Around 4 feet-ish. And you can see she's wearing a sort of light set of light and breezy clothing, just very loose. Also a vest. Well, it looks like it's made of like pufferfish skin. And she sort of just very sheepishly just walks around after being dragged by the hand. Halmars looks to you, Riley. Riley, meet your replacement. This is Shanty.
Shanty, pleasure to meet you. I hope you're doing the guild well.
Shanty doesn't really say anything, but then after Halamar just sort of pushes her towards you, she just very sheepishly looks up to you and in your own voice, pleasure to meet you.
Does Riley know that the Kenku are cursed to like mimic people?
Make a perception check.
Because perception or
History check, excuse me.
yeah, because the only other Kenku I've known is not alive.
Yeah. It sounded like your voice, like coming out of her body, which is weird.
What was that?
I think that kind of makes sense why it's your replacement.
Wait a
Sounds
minute.
almost exactly like you.
Oh wow.
So you mean to tell me? No, that doesn't. Did you? Sorry, I'm lost.
Well, you know how you'd always sing when we're at jobs?
Well, of course.
Yep, that. When you left, it was just silent, and it was just not right. And then, Shanty washed up. Can't really say where she's from, because she can't speak normally. But she's pretty good at one thing. The one thing we sort of needed you around for. And you see Halmar also just look towards the small little Kenku bird, and the Kenku sort of looks towards the two performers. And as they're playing, she sort of just like opens her mouth, and you can almost hear like an exact copy was being played, like note for note, just coming out of her.
So she can repeat things almost verbatim.
Seemingly, it usually works with words, but she's pretty good at it. She can make instruments.
That's fascinating. I'm gonna turn to her. Are you having fun?
As you turn to her, she sort of just backs up like a foot. Just not this stranger just randomly coming in that she doesn't really know. And she just nods her head.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it. By the way, if you don't mind, and if you have words you actually want to say, you can say them in your head, and then I can read them out for you.
Shanty sort of just looks a little confused, and then you hear in a very gruff male voice, "What?"
Magic.
Are you going to cast Detect Thoughts, or what are you doing?
I'm waiting for permission.
Make a persuasion check.
Well, no, it's not persuasion. I'm just asking.
Yeah, make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, just with your general demeanor and with Halamar's trust and generally everyone understanding you or knowing that you're here, she sort of just looks to the rest of her new friends, seemingly, and just looks at you and just nods her head.
All right. I'll use my fool's insight then.
Okay.
Ready when you are.
As you cast Detect Thoughts, you don't really catch words. Like, it's like service level thoughts or words. You just catch like ideas or these sort of just pick up. You get the sense that she doesn't really know what you're doing, but she's curious. But it's not conveyed in words. It's just more of a feeling you just pick up. A little different from your normal methodology of detect thoughts.
Well, if I had to put into words what I'm doing, it's more like reading your mind. Which is why I ask. I know that's a sensitive topic for many.
And as you say reading her mind, and she sort of just backs up another foot and just hides behind Halamar's legs and just peeks out from out. You can feel a growing sense of worry coming from her.
I suppose that's only natural.
Aurelia just looks towards you. So you can read minds now.
Yeah, essentially. Oh, I got myself in big trouble doing it without permission. So, I make sure to ask people before I start probing.
Yeah, you were never the most... You didn't have the greatest sense of common sense.
I'll just look at Chris. Then what does that make him?
Chris, you
I
see
just-
this high elf woman just look towards you. And yes, what does that make you?
Common sense.
No, don't trust the word he says.
Halmar sort of points to the three of you, and just then points to the rest of this troop gathered at the table. Friends, these is Ramsey, Chris, and Jana. Seemingly the people that kept our little bard here not dead.
Yeah.
The older human man sort of gets up, walks towards U0. Towering like a head and a half above you, just this gargantuan man grabs you by the hand and starts shaking you like very hard, almost to the point of pain, and just goes like, "Any friend of Riley's friend mine."
Nice to meet you.
I am Geronimo.
Wait, he's a human man. You said big.
He's a
human?
very big, beefy human man. On the older side, but yeah, big, beefy human man.
Ramsey. Nice to meet you, Geronimo.
Geronimo then proceeds to grab each of your hands forcibly and begins shaking each of your hands, including Georgios. He grabs Georgios' paw and starts shaking it repeatedly. And you can see even to Giorgio, just very gently whispers, "Hello, I'm Geronimo."
Aww.
What is
I'll turn to the
Giorgio
group. Oh, let's see what Giorgio does first, I guess.
I think he's confused, but he's not, you know. As soon as his paw's released, he's just back to being a bear.
At this point, Giorgio's is no longer initiating any conversation and is just like feeding and playing with Giorgio.
I'll turn to the group and I'll say,
This
listen, I've known these fine folk for longer than I've known you guys. Don't feel intimidated.
I just give Riley a quick nod.
A nod
Yeah.
and a salute.
What was the name of the person who we shook hands with? Sorry, there's been a lot
Ger-
of names.
Sorry. Geronimo, the human man.
Thank you.
Older human man. Switch to... Yes, better music probably.
What was the turtle's name?
Barm Bollocks.
Yeah, Barm Valix.
Oh, okay. I thought.
Yeah, he's just sitting there, pretty much, just like looking at you all. The high elf woman sort of just doesn't get up or shake her hand, but looks towards all of you. Just goes, I am Irelia Torrentborn.
I give
Pleasure
a
to meet you.
respectful nod.
Yeah, she hasn't, other than speaking to Shanty, she hasn't smiled once so far. The turtle at this point just stands up and just goes, "And I'm Barn Ballix. Pleasure to make your acquaintance."
Where are you all from?
Oh, all sorts of places. Many of us have washed up along the shore. Some of them born here. I washed up along the shore. Riley washed up along the shore.
Sure did.
Geronimo washed up along the shore. I think... Halamar, were you born here? And then Halamar just goes, "Yep, I was born here."
And
Halamar
as
was
we all
born
know,
here.
Ariella was born in the torrent.
She just goes, "I was not born in a torrent. I moved here."
From the torrent.
She just rolls her eyes. Barn Ballix at this point just stands up and begins walking towards the kitchen and just goes, "Clara, free food for everyone for the rest of the day. Time to
That's
celebrate our bird coming back." Everyone pretty much, he screams this pretty much, but like everyone in the tavern, people that don't even really like paying attention, he just all raise their drink, start cheering. Yeah, and the atmosphere gets a lot more jovial.
Riley will one first, because in second he'll go up to Barm and say, "Listen, this whole adventuring thing, it makes you pretty loaded pretty fast. So listen, there's a little gesture. I'm gonna slide him 11 gold. I don't know if this covers it. I've honestly lost sense of what prices things are nowadays. So I'm hoping this helps out."
He takes the gold and just goes, "And I'll take it, but this is just an old man's gesture to welcome back an old friend."
And this is that friend's gesture as a thank you for your hospitality all these years.
"Well, I'll never say no to gold. He sort of just, he doesn't really pocket it, he shells it. He just like pours it directly into his neck hole. As he heads back to the kitchen, he yells a couple things, comes back, and just comes back with a couple menus. He almost forcibly seats all of you at this table as he just grabs you by the shoulders and just sits you down on a seat, and just puts a menu out in front of you. There's not a whole lot on it, but he just lays them out in front of you. "Right, it's not much, but it's all we've got. So, anything you want on the house, as many drinks and fish and food as you can stuff in your bellies."
Does Riley have a usual order?
There's a couple things you can order if you want to. There's ale. People love ale. For food, you have fish, pan-fried fish. There is the bar makes a good hardtack stew. Lobscouse, it's called.
Hardtack stew?
Hardtack stew. It's yeah.
Wet bread. Is it a
Yeah,
bread
the bread
bowl?
broken
But
up.
like, it's just a
it's-
bowl.
From the description on the menu, it's a stew made with beef that's been like cured and salted for like a lot. Potatoes, carrots, onions, and just broken up hardtack.
Like
and pepper.
croutons. Interesting.
Yeah, the other croutons. There's also something called semen stew.
Mm.
Cursed.
Yep,
Heavy
semen
cream.
stew.
Is that Riley's usual?
No. It's been a while since I've had me fish pan fried. Let's go for one of those, yeah?
Yeah, you're always simple, Riley. Anything else for anybody else? One pan-fried fish for the bard.
What was
What's
the
in
food
the
options
semen
again?
stew?
You got pan-fried
Chaos.
fish, pan-fried fish, semen stew, which description just says it's just like a stew with roughly chopped fish and shellfish with a dried seaweed garnish. There's a very brief There's like a scrawling, like a little small like sketch of it. And it just looks like a stew with some like stuff in it.
I love the person who hand draws all the soups.
Yeah.
That idea is so funny.
I'll have the semen stew.
Amen stew.
Sorry, I'm 12.
I'll do the hardtack stew, please.
My famous lobscouse.
And all you can drink ale, because I can handle that now.
Yeah.
Oh, can
What,
you,
you're
Chris?
big boy now, Chris.
You still have a stomach capacity. You're just no longer getting drunk off it. He sort of just looks towards you, Ramses.
Are we?
What will
What's our?
tickle your stomach today?
What was that, Josie?
Oh, sorry. Like, what's our plan for the night? Like, is this where we're gonna be?
Probably for a
little bit?
solid few hours anyway, yeah.
Yeah, it's only midday
I'm
right now.
taking the bait that Chris put out of like, oh, Chris, you're feeling, and like, Jana will take a round of shots for the table.
Sounds good.
I just politely put my hand up to Param and just let him know I'm all good. Thank you though.
All right. How about some seaweed treats? You have the stomach capacity for that.
Sure. Thank you.
All right. Okay, and he comes back. He goes, begins cooking. After about 5 minutes, the smell coming from the kitchen is actually really nice. You can hear that you can smell herbs from there. You can smell frying fish. Just like a somewhat oppressively salty smell, but it's fairly pleasant.
Did we bring Answin?
No.
I don't think so. I think just all
Yeah,
the
I don't think
dragon.
we did. What a shame.
Where did we end up? Because we had a crazy plan. Where's our dragon thing right now?
In a forest.
It's
Just
currently
outside
in
town.
a thicket of trees north of town. Like an hour or so.
I'm assuming Antoine came with us then, if that's... Because we did our crazy LA, New York thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I think,
we might have invited her and she turned us down.
yeah, because I remember her not being,
Yeah, she was not at Good Gubbins.
yeah.
Okay. I think Jana, though, just for while we're here, has that little stone where I can send Antoine a message a day. So let's do it,
Yeah.
send a quick, like, everything all good?
You hear back pretty immediately and just, everything's fine. I've never seen the sea before. I'm just taking it all in. It's peaceful here.
I can't send anything back, so I'll just tell the group of Answen is doing good and taking it in her own pace.
As you're all seated around the table, Calamar just looks to the four of you just seated across this large circular table. You can see that Shanty has just lifted herself up onto one of the seats and is just standing on it currently. But Calamar just looks towards all of you, just leans forward, just expecting a story. Simply just goes, "Well, you've been traveling for good number of months. I'm sure you have all sorts of stories, things that you've seen, right?"
Good Greena, where do we even fucking begin?
Simon, really quick, we didn't see wanted posters of us in Combat, have we?
Looking around, not really. No. Yeah, you walked through a little bit of the town, just walking through. You haven't seen anything like wanted posters yet.
There was the one story where we took down a lobster thing and a kraken.
It's not that impressive. It was a baby kraken.
What about the Hydra?
Okay, hydras are pretty impressive.
Froghemoth.
Yeah,
Dragon.
dragon.
You're just saying words now.
Just recounting our battles.
Remember
Okay,
the
so
big
you're gonna tell me
spider in
that
the
you've...
woods?
Oh, spiders too. Okay. So, spiders, hydras, dragons, krakens, frog...
Big frog.
Big frog.
Very big frog.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Chris got swallowed a couple times.
Yeah, it was not pleasant in there.
Like more than once?
Like a couple. We think
Like,
he might
it-
enjoy it at this
yeah,
point.
I mean, he might like
yeah,
it.
yeah, I was about to say once is a coincidence, three is a pattern. You
Yeah,
know?
he got double dipped, triple dipped.
There is the Banderhob.
I don't know what that is, but
It's,
tell me more about it.
There's a ritual. I think I still have it. But it's a ritual that the hags used to try and create like minions.
Oh,
Or like
yeah.
frog minions.
Hags. I forgot we took care of those too. We've done a lot, huh?
Yeah. It's almost like we
We've
need a
also
break or
encountered-
something.
We've encountered chimera and displacer beasts and gnolls. And crystalline ramblers.
And these strange, shadowy things made of black crystal.
Bone polluter.
Chris blew up a warehouse once.
I blew up a couple of things.
Alamar's just sitting here, just letting you speak. Just like... he just looks towards you, Riley. He takes a look at this non-existent watch he's wearing and just... You've been gone for how long?
Great question. Few months?
Few months. It's been not even... It hasn't even been 2 months yet, and you've already seemingly killed half the world.
Yeah.
We've almost been assassinated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then we killed that assassin, the gravekeeper guy.
Yeah, that was also a thing that happened.
We run a tight schedule here.
And we may or may not have pissed off the Arbiter of Thane.
Oh yeah, Riley, you basically ran a coup in Fairhaven.
I mean, you guys helped
Through
me out.
government. Yeah, but it's mostly you.
I didn't really overthrow the government. The mayor turned himself in.
Oh right,
With a little bit of coercion.
You threatened him, right?
It was
Blackmail.
for good reasons. It was a crooked mayor.
He sucked.
Aurelia sort of just leans forward a little bit and just goes, "Are we harboring fugitives now?"
No. If we were on the run, we would be on the run.
Yeah.
Make a deception
Yeah,
check.
yeah.
I mean, I guess we're on the run, but not really.
Oh,
we,
I
got
need
a-
him to roll
we are
really
not
low.
definitely allowed back in certain areas.
may or may not be blacklisted in several cities.
Aurelia sort of just looks at you, Riley, and just like looks around a little bit, and just stands up and just goes, "I'll be right back," and just walks out the door.
Wait, that was Halmar?
No, that was Aurelia, the high elf.
Oh no.
We should have
I
reeled it in a
wanna.
little bit, huh?
I guess I'm like in front of everyone here. Can I go follow her? And like stealth outside after her?
I also have to use the bathroom.
Yep, so Jen and Zero are following Aurelia.
Yeah. Well, mostly Zero can just. I was making a comment. Do you want backup, or you have more stealth than I do?
I was just gonna listen in. I don't really plan on doing too much, hopefully.
I'll go
Ideally.
just in case, and I can cast Pass Out a Trace if you need it.
Okay.
I would like some more semen stew.
As Aurelia leaves and Zero and you, Jana, begin to leave as well, following Aurelia. Halmar just looking at the three people that have just left and just goes towards the Riley, Chris, you are waiting for your semen stew, but you can listen in and everything, but just Halmar just leans in a little closer and just goes, Is something wrong?
Do you mean something?
I mean, Aurelia left, and then two of your friends left, and
Honestly, I'm not sure. Maybe they just need to use the washroom or something?
oh, yeah, there's not really running water here, so yeah, they just take a shit in the alley. All right.
Great.
I'm sure that'll be a great revelation for them.
Out of nowhere, Barm just bursts in between you. Semen stew for everybody, and just plops down this thick liquid, this thick stew in front of you, Chris. It's sort of like a whitish color, almost like a white, like a cream type stew to it. And there's chunks of fish and shellfish in there, with a little like square of dried seaweed just planted in the middle. Rather you get your pan-fried fish. It's very nice. It's like a fillet, all deboned and everything, salted and peppered and everything. It's very nice.
Is
It's
there
been
a
a while
pepper
since I've had it
shaker?
artisan style.
There is not a pepper shaker, but menu did say it came with some pepper. So okay.
Then I'll dig in.
And there's a hardtack stew, lobscouse, just at an empty chair as Barm just goes, There are 2 extra people here.
Did he just say? Did he like ask where everybody's gone?
Pretty much.
I didn't. Okay. Yeah, still trying to figure that one out myself. Do you think I should go check on them?
No, up to you. Don't let your fish get a cold.
You're right. I should eat it first. Oh, I've
Insult
been
to
waiting.
all fish everywhere.
I think they're just playing outside.
The kids do like to cannonball into the sea. Okay. The two of you following Aurelia, make stealth checks.
Can I pass out a trace?
You can. You may.
Oh my god, sorry. Cannot read.
Go. Okay, so 25 and 32. Jesus. Yeah, and you just follow Aurelia from a safe distance. Just, it's not the most neatly laid out town in the world. So there's a lot of alleyways and small little cubbies you can duck into to hide. Especially with Path of the Trace, you sort of just blend into shadow even in like midday. It's somewhat of an eldritch sight. Yeah, but you follow Aurelia. Aurelia's not like looking around nervously or anything. She's just walking. You follow her for quite a while actually.
While we're traveling, can I summon Isaac back to me? Because last I left him, he's a cat right now. I just let him loose in the city. Can I summon him back?
Yeah, okay. You summon him back, and he just appears on your shoulder. You immediately get the scent of fish directly in your face.
Ew.
As you look, he just looks at you awkwardly, like you just caught him like taking a shit, and he just has like a fillet of fish that you just stole somewhere and just in his mouth.
I'm going to lightly pick him up off my shoulder and place him on the ground, and I'm just going to tell him telepathically, follow the half-elf up ahead of us closer.
Yeah, he sort of just drops the fillet on the ground, just goes, understood.
No, I'll pick it up for him. No. I'll put my hand out so I can hold it for him.
Yeah, he he coughs up the fish and a hairball along with it. Yeah, but he begins following Aurelia. Just a cat, everyday cat. It's not it's not uncommon sight around here. You've seen a couple of cats already.
I carry the fish with the mage hand, not my real hand.
It's just a floating fillet of fish. Yeah, you follow her for a little bit. She's going south, traveling along the main road, and she heads to the salvage trove and enters it.
We haven't been to this part of town yet, right?
No. Well, you pass by it. You pass by the salvage trove is seemingly like the main governmental building.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I guess we keep following out to Jana.
Jana's gonna make a comment of like, because we can talk to each other, right? Just whispers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jana's just gonna be like, I'll just make a note. If you want to keep going, you can, but I'm gonna go back.
I just give Jana a nod and then I continue forward. Actually, once me and Jana separate, I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself.
Okay. Okay, so you head into the salvage trove.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, just going in. It's a fairly large building at first as you just enter through the doors. It's not anything fancy, but it is large. The ship masts are the pillars that hold up most of the building. But there's a reception area. There's just a desk to the left, all made of just the salvage wood, but seemingly nicer cuts than the one at the deep dive. Just a very basic, long, just woolen carpet just lines the front entrance, and it goes all the way to the end of a hallway, which you can see a few doors that split off from that hallway as well. But you walk in, they're really just talking to the receptionist at the front.
I would like to get close enough to hear her. Also, if anyone else wants to do anything, because I know Jana's alone and the boys are in the tavern or no. I don't want to hog the DM for half an hour straight.
I want to arm wrestle the people at the table.
Riley's just eating his fish. He's oblivious to all this.
Nice fish. Jenna, what are you doing? Just heading back?
Yeah.
Jenna.
What?
Are you just heading back to the thing?
Oh, I said
To the
yes.
tavern?
Sorry, my mic didn't pick up.
Okay. Chris, make a strength check. Just did. Okay. You lose. Like a lot. Like 100% of the time. Was there money involved in this? Be honest.
Maybe, yeah.
You lose 3 gold.
Double or nothing. You can win it back.
How about some dice?
No.
Oh, no.
Make a deception check with advantage because of the thing.
We've been in goal mode for like 15 minutes.
Trying to scam people out of their money. Riley's hometown.
Starting a rat war, pissing everyone off.
Ended a rat war, excuse me.
Committed rat genocide.
Yeah, like you don't lose necessarily, but like you win, but you don't do a good job of selling it. So like you win, but then most people just get up and grumble and they leave without you hooking them to play more. So you only make like 5 gold back.
Okay.
Okay. Jenny, you arrive back at the tavern. The boys are just there having some jovial conversation. The crazy wizard just eating some very thick white stew.
Jen,
And you see like a Yeah, like at your seat, you see a fairly large heaping bowl of just like another thick stew, but it's more like a yellow, brown almost, like a blonde color. And you can see chunks of little cubed meat that are like cooked pretty well. Some chunks of vegetables and stuff, and some little bits of hardtack that almost look like they've softened a little bit into. Some of them are a little bit harder, like croutons, but some of them have like softened to like almost like a dumpling type texture.
Unless anybody prompts further, Jana's just gonna sit down like nothing happened and just eat and like rejoin the conversation.
I mean, you're not getting past my passive perception. Unless you're trying to stealth.
I'm not trying to hide. Nope, I'm just like, oh, I'm back. I'm at the
All right.
table.
Oh, what took you so long? And where's Ramsey?
Took a while to find the bathroom. I think Zero's still looking for it.
Zero? Who's Zero?
Oh, Ramsey's still looking for it. Sorry, that was me.
Do you
literally
think,
just said that.
Do you think Gordon and Ramsey would like this semen stew?
I think they would love it so much, and we should order a bunch for when they get back.
Okay. Riley will be continuing to chow down on his fish unless he's done.
Okay. All right, Zero. Ramses. You just walk closer to Aurelia.
Yes, I just want to hear what she is talking to the receptionist about. I don't want to get close enough to like touch her, but just close enough to listen.
Okay. Yeah, there's not really anyone else around here other than the two of them right now. Yeah, she just walks up to the receptionist like mid conversation. And you just hear the receptionist just go, haven't gotten too much news from the other cities yet, but I think there's some bounty posters going around. Aurelia just goes, do you have any in copy or anything you can spare? Trep just goes, yeah, I think we're supposed to post them around town, but I haven't got around to it yet. And just hands really like a sheaf of just paper. Looking past, you can see, yeah, it's your bounty posters.
Oh no.
And Aurelia just goes, say, if you haven't gone around to getting them posted up, mind if I help you out with that? Scepter goes, yeah, my own bones can't really walk around town too much anymore, so I'd appreciate that. Thank you, young miss.
Did I see where the receptionist like keeps them, the posters at?
It's like a drawer, like at like the corner drawer, just like at the bottom, just pulls out like a fairly large, like 50 or 100 sheets of paper and just stacks it onto like the desk. Aurelia just takes the handful and just goes, thank you, I'll put these around town and I'll get back to you when I'm done. Or I won't. I don't want to bother you too much. The receptionist goes, well, don't worry about it, and I trust you. Riley then takes the big cluster of bounty posters, your bounty poster, and just walks out the door.
How many did you take? Just like five or six?
All of them.
All of them? Fuck me, damn it. Okay. And she's like carrying them, walking around with them?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna walk behind her. And one by one, I want to steal sheet after sheet from her.
Okay.
And just drop it in my bag of whole thing. I don't want to take the whole stack at once because she'll notice. I just want to take like one by one. And like let the stack get smaller and smaller and smaller as she starts walking.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check. Yeah. Even though I ask you to roll for this anymore, to be honest. But yeah, she first she takes one poster and like pockets it herself. Are you gonna continue following her?
Absolutely, and I'm gonna pickpocket the poster.
Okay. So you follow her, and she goes east, past the past the road where you guys were at, right?
Yeah.
And you just follow her. She goes, seemingly to the sea, and she just walks across one of the docks and just yeets all of them into the ocean.
I fucking knew it! I knew she was on our side.
I didn't. I was so scared, so I haven't eaten anything either. I'm so paranoid.
I told you to fucking trust these people!
No,
Wait.
I don't know. Why would I? In character, why would I? I don't fucking know anyone here.
Because Riley knows them.
When you
That
said you
does not
hadn't
help me at
eaten
all.
anything, is that like you as a player or you as a character or both?
Character, like Zero denied food or drinks, and they also didn't eat the snacks that Bartram brought. I just was trying not to eat anything because it was just, I don't know. In character, I think it's very fitting that Zero is distrusting of people that are overly hospitable, especially that were fucked now that were wanted. I was like, no, I don't really care. So
You're valid, but it is Zero's own fault that they have not eaten.
No, I'm not complaining. I'm saying
No,
that's
I
why I
know.
didn't eat earlier.
I just think that's very funny. I'm having a good time. This is not a real antagonistic thing.
Oh,
No, it's not. I think it's awesome.
I think it's very funny.
Yeah, after Aurelia yeets all the potions into the ocean, a couple of them make it back into the dock, and she just picks them up and just kicks them back into the ocean.
yeah, right.
And then she just continues walking backwards, back to the back across the docks, past you. There's enough space where you're not bothered by it. You're not in her way or anything. And eventually, she makes her way back to the tavern, the deep dive.
Okay, I will continue following her in and just stay invisible inside the tavern until it wears off, I guess, because I have like an hour total.
Yeah, eventually, as you're all conversing in the tavern, Riley comes back, just sits down, and just says to you, Riley, "Yeah, I checked with the salvage trove, try to find anything of wrongdoings. I couldn't find anything."
Oh, so it hasn't reached this far yet,
What hasn't reached this far?
Well, Arbiter's got it out for us. We killed the dragon in Thane and made away with his treasure trove, and he's not so happy about that.
Yeah, I heard that could be treason in some places.
Oh, it's a good thing we're not citizens of Thane, right?
Technically not.
We also had good reason to go there and help someone. Mostly for the safety of the world, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a conversation we're ready to have yet. Not during this jovial atmosphere. Yeah, let's just drop that on them. No, we'll wait.
Man,
So you're
we're
not visible yet, right?
subtle.
You're not visible yet, Zero, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you in your seat or are you just standing there?
Yeah, I'm just Blair Witching in the corner.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Hey.
As you're not participating in the conversation, you're just sort of looking in the corner, it's just standing there. Occasionally you just look back. You notice the performers are they're still playing and everything. But you notice both of them are sort of keeping an eye on your table.
Interesting. Are we at the table with the anchor above it?
Oh, you are not.
Oh, thank fuck. Okay.
You are one of the tables underneath the mezzanine, just like one of the side tables, like closer to one of the sides. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, as you all dig in, the ones that got food dig into your food. Your drinks are had. You can pass by a number of hours here if you'd like.
Riley will get up on stage if he's allowed the opportunity and perform alongside everyone.
Okay. Yeah, as there's not really a stage. They're sort of just the two performers are sort of just they're just in the center of the room, just off center from the anchor. They're just standing as close to the middle of the room as they can without being crushed by the anchor. But yeah, as you sort of just join them with a lute, I'm assuming.
I could do pan flute as well.
Yeah, like it's playing right now. Yeah, make a performance check.
Yoink.
All right. Yeah, as you seamlessly blend the haunting tones of this stringed instrument and the rhythmic beating of the drums with your very light tones of your pan flute, just sort of accentuating all the sounds. You're turning it this almost melancholy, almost sounding sound, this very calming sound to like this even somewhat more haunting, but just fuller sound. You see as you get closer to the performers, the big Goliath sitting there, he just gives you a smile, and you see underneath the wide brimmed hat, as you get closer, you can see a without a human or anything, you see a drow.
A what?
A drow, like a
Oh, he's like an elf. Okay.
yeah, like an elf, and he's got just red tinted glasses, like those circular vampire ones.
Wait, this is the same person as the Goliath?
No, the other guy, the one with the wide brimmed hat.
Oh, okay. This is the guy on the cello.
Yeah.
All right.
As you start just playing with them, the performer on the cello, the stringed instrument, just goes, "I see you are a performer yourself."
My job used to be the one the small one has now.
You don't really see the eyes move from underneath the red tinted glasses, but as you look over, you can see Shanty's just arms on the table, just leaning her head on her hands and just looking at this music, almost in like a state of rapture. And like the rest of you around the table, you can hear her like cooing and just like she's just slowly swaying to the music.
Oh.
The ones with the Jenna and Chris at the table, you can hear Halamar just gently whisper to Shanty, "Hey, remember this one? Good one."
While they're performing, I'm not trying to steal, I'm just trying to get an idea of who these people are, and I think Zero's kind of on edge with this being like, I think other than like the Nightshade, that was the only time we'd ever been like on the ground level, just like walking around with our faces out for a while, so I think they're just kind of paranoid. Anyway, I want to pickpocket the Goliath and the Drow. And I don't want to steal, I just want to see what they have.
Make a sleight of hand check. Okay.
Can I do a performance, like a dance to the music, like a Celtic dance or something like that?
Fuck is it Celtic?
Like a river dance?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Okay. Yeah, sure, make a performance check. Okay. Yeah, as the music begins to lift up, Chris, you just get up and just begin to just crip walk your way to fucking victory right now, and just do these quick these very quick and fast movements with your feet that almost like adds to the beat in rhythm. Between you and Riley and the performers who are just sort of following your lead in a way, like everyone in this fucking establishment is now just like linking arms, doing spinning circles, drinks are flying fucking everywhere. It's a very energetic pace right now. You can see even Bar and Balak even behind the kitchen, just like through the window, just like clapping to the beat. Zero in this chaos. Which one do you want to pickpocket?
The Drow.
Okay. Okay, so you pickpockets. You just slide your hand very gently, without even touching the cloth, and anything, just into the coat. This black and white, almost like Like as you get closer, it's like almost like like feather textured. It's like very soft, but like you go in, barely touching anything. You pull something metal out. Yeah, you pull something metal. I'm with invisibility. Would you see it? I guess you would see yourself in some way. Good question. Whatever. Yeah, so I'll say you have some semblance of like I have stuff you have. Like, so as you pull something out and you look down at it, no one else can see this because you are invisible currently. You pull out a very extravagantly designed pistol, like a gun. It is a seemingly there's like two holes, two barrels, and they're all one's black, one's silver, and there's an axe head at the end of the pistol as well. And you see like very fine engravings that sort of glow like this pulsing blue and red on each barrel.
Interesting. Is that all he has on him?
From that one roll, I'll say that's all you pick up from him for now.
Okay. Am I able to put it back?
You want to make another sleight of hand check?
Yeah.
Okay, makes another sleight of hand check. That's with reliable talent. That's still 29. Okay. Yeah, you just slide it back in, back to where it's spotted. You can feel now that as you go back, you can feel like whatever you pulled out was like a holster that's attached to the inside of his body, like a harness. And you just put it back.
Okay. I'll leave the other pocket, just because that no one scares me, and I'll just go. Is there anywhere I can go? Like, is there a bathroom in this establishment? Did someone just say there wasn't?
There is not. As you can try to look for one, but just looking around, there seems to be just like the second floor and like the kitchen. That's about it.
I think I'll just walk. I want to stealth out of the tavern. I want to go, like, behind a corner somewhere where no one can see me, and then I want to cast Disguise Self again, just as that Ramsey guy, and then I'll walk back into the tavern.
Okay. Yeah, as you walk back in, back to the table you were at.
Yeah, just kind of see with everyone again.
Yeah, you see Aurelia sort of just look at you as you walk in, as you wink. And as you sit down, she just gives you like a slight wink and just looks back to the performance happening in the center of this fucking building right now.
Can I insight check that?
You can insight check. No idea.
Yeah, okay.
She winked at you for some reason. Not like she's not making like a resting bitch face or anything. She does have resting bitch face, but like it's just, you know, she looks normal as she has been, as far as you're aware.
Okay.
Geronimo is still petting Giorgio. Right, still performing with the performers.
I see no reason not to.
Okay, as you're performing, just rocking out on the pan flute. You notice with your passive perception, you notice the drummer with the hide drums he had just pounding away. He's been looking at you this whole time. And just smiling at you this whole time.
Are you also captivated by my skill?
Yeah.
Is that all he says?
Yeah.
I'll take that as a yes. Riley is very pleased with himself.
The performer on the stringed instrument just looks out to the crowd, but sort of is still talking to you, conversing a little bit. Seems you're quite proficient with pan flute, lute, magic, swords. All quite impressive, Riley.
Did I give him my name?
Nope.
Wait a second. You know my name, but I don't know yours. Am I that famous around these parts? I always thought it was just a local with the guild.
No, you're famous within certain circles. Circles I happen to traverse. I think some of our circles have coincided at some point. I haven't met you personally, but hearsay. You know how it is.
Well then, I would ask your name too then.
I am Kadek. The wild-eyed companion I have is named Bo.
It's a pleasure to meet you both.
I must say it is a formality likewise reciprocated. Riley of the Xodiacs.
I don't know. I don't think Riley senses danger off this guy. I mean, he's performing with him. What reason would he have? I'm not going to insight.
Okay.
Let's get back to it.
Yeah, as you begin performing, just you you for lack of a better term, you rock the socks off everyone in the building with the rolls, with the crazy river dancing that Chris is going with. Like, yeah, the whole building, every single person that used to be sitting is no longer sitting. Even the people that wanted privacy upstairs are just looking over. Some of them are dancing outright. You can see like dribbles of ale coming out of their cups that they're just leaning over and just like tapping their feet, just not really paying attention to anything other than the music you're performing right now. In that time, while Chris, Riley are holding a impromptu Coachella concert over there, Jana, Zero, doing anything?
The guy that's like petting Giorgio, I just want to make small talk with him of like, are there many like bears in the city?
Well, without really looking at you, he responds, "No, not really."
Just you guys know most people are afraid of bears, and it feels like you guys are just love Giorgio, which I love, but just not a usual reaction.
Yeah, bears aren't really the scariest things around here.
What's scarier here?
Sharks.
Nah, we fought some of those. They're not so bad.
There's big sharks. I don't like sharks.
Sharks are just sea bears.
A shark bit me one time. Want to see?
Yeah.
He like pulls down his pants, and like he's wearing underwear, thankfully, but like it's like he pulls down like he lifts up his underwear and like reveals like this big bite mark around his thigh. You can see like stitching, very well, like nice stitching actually, and just like patching it up, and just like there's like a chunk of flesh like that's somewhat missing and it's recovered pretty mostly, but there's like a huge scar of like a bite, a shark bite on his thigh.
That's pretty cool.
It hurt a lot.
Yeah, I bet
Yeah,
it
right?
did. I'm sure Jana's got scars from various animals. She'll show those off as well.
Yeah, you have like minor burns like that have stayed over. You got lots of cuts and scratches all over the goddamn shop. Halimar, as you're comparing stars, just walks over. It's like, oh, you want to see mine? And he holds up his right hand, and you see like his pinky is just gone. Like like the first like 2 digits of his pinky are just missing.
Oh, that's a
He
good
got chopped off underwater by a chain.
Chains. They're like the bears at the sea.
Yeah, if you're not looking, they'll bite you if you're not really paying attention.
Yeah. And then telepathically, Jana is gonna tell Giorgio to gnaw on the fingers of whoever's petting him. Gently, not to really take off any fingers.
Yeah, as Giorgio begins to just like put Geronimo's fingers in his mouth, he doesn't stop it really. He begins like gently like teething on his hands. He just like it tickles.
Aw. Jana tells Giorgio just play nice.
All right. Yeah, and Geronimo continues assailing Giorgio with affection, almost too much of it.
I'm gonna assume at some point Giorgio's gonna act like a cat and just like leave unprompted, and just go like
Yeah, just,
curl
like-
up in a corner or something.
And as he does, he just ignores all of Geronimo's pets and just goes to the corners, curled up. Geronimo looks a little bit disappointed, but understands when to back off and let the animal have his space. And he just goes back to sitting and just like looking at the performance, and he just he like double fists ale and just downs him in a single shot. All right. 0. Any further actions?
I guess while all this is happening, I'm gonna cast. I want to sleight of hand cast message to Jana, and just let her know. I followed. What's her name? Aurelia.
Mhm.
I followed Aurelia all the way to the ocean. She threw the posters out there. I'll leave it at that.
I can send one message back, right? In my head.
Yeah.
Jana will say, "That's a relief. I'm glad you are safe and that she is an ally."
I think that's
Oh,
all
and
I
also,
will
and
do.
you should eat something.
I think Zero's gonna use the rest of their time here, just kind of like making full effort. Can I guess is Azig with me?
Yeah.
And me and Azig, I will instruct him to just put all of our effort into just watching the drow. And the Goliath, I guess. But I'm not gonna do anything else now.
Okay. As you're both keeping an eye out, make a perception or insight check. It's up to you.
I'm both
Depends on which how you want to go about watching, like whether to look for anything shifty or will read intent.
I'll look for insight. Can I have Azig look for perception?
Sure.
I suck equally at both of those. Yep, and then for Azek. Oh, actually, he's a cat right now. Fuck, I don't know if they have advantage on anything. I think it's just smell. Okay, he has advantage on wisdom checks that rely on smell. So I guess if he's just looking, just regular roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Say 8 for Azeg.
You have not been rolling well so far.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you're both keeping an eye out, but as much as you can read, like the Goliath hasn't really changed his expression or his gaze towards Riley this whole time, and the stringed performer, the Drow, that you don't really see a good clear picture of his face. It's all obscured by that wide brim hat and also the glasses that you can sometimes catch a glimpse of. Two difficult people to read, for sure. Okay, as you're going through the performance, you're about to hit the crescendo, and as you begin to build up the drop, if you will, two performers begin to sort of follow your lead as you're sort of guiding them. You all hear a clamoring outside, like a sudden excitement from outside the building. You just hear people yelling, seemingly giving directions. It was hard to hear through the music and through the building.
Does it like stop the performance or what?
Not if you wanted to.
No,
Doesn't
keep going.
stop my performance. But I'm gonna dance my way to the door to check out.
Yeah.
Wait, do we all hear it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll send Azek after Chris to go look.
Jana's gonna go look
Oh.
too.
I'll
Okay.
look through Azek's eyes.
Okay. Yeah, so Riley, you continue the performance. Everyone, there's some people near the door that go out, but like the rest of the people here, they are still enraptured by your performance. And the two performers, Kadok and Bo, they Yeah, they both follow your lead. Chris, uh, you you just river dance and shuffle towards the door. Um, as Riley, not Riley, Jenna and Zero, you all meet up and sort of just look out the swinging doors. A couple of people have gathered around you as well. You're sort of peering past their shoulders a little bit. You can see a small crowd of people sort of just like making way in the street, as you can see two people sort of dragging somebody across their, sort of supporting them by the arms around the shoulders, and they're just dragging them across the street, and just like you hear some of them, make way to the doctor, please.
Janice is gonna run out. Do you need a healer?
As you rush out, you sort of walk up to them. You see, yeah, two pretty young dudes, just carrying this fairly old guy, just like some wiry hair, peach skin, and he has like a floral sun hat. He looks not great. You can see, just from a glance, you can see he's bleeding from the mouth, and also he looks almost skeletal.
What happened?
You see one of the younger guys just sort of panting his voice, just yell, something came out of the ocean and it attacked him. It sucked him dry.
That's what she said. Jana will conjure some good berries and try to like administer them to him.
Okay. As you conjure the good berries, she sort of just lays the old guy on the ground. You sort of just put the berries in his mouth. His face becomes less sallow a little bit. Like he used to be just skin and bones, and becomes a little bit better, but is not. He's still, even with all 10 berries, he still hasn't really fully recovered. There's still some element of exhaustion or just fatigue. Like he still looks a little. He still looks skinny.
Well, Jana will make another 10 berries and give them to him.
Yeah, as you give the 10 berries, he gets a little more strength than that. He just begins just eating them one by one. The condition doesn't really improve beyond that.
Alright, you might just need to get some rest now, sir.
Yeah. The two younger guys just go, thank you. We'll take him to Rip and Tears and see if anything else can be done.
Before you go, what did you see?
I don't know. These people covered in barnacles and just came out of the ocean and just started attacking us. Cliff didn't make it. We grabbed what we could. Just roll here.
Well, I wish you a swift recovery. Hopefully you feel better. Get some rest. Go to wherever you're going.
The two guys would begin to pick up the old guy up again. He's getting enough strength to somewhat walk. Like they used to be just dragging his feet along the floor, but now he's matching them somewhat in step, slowly. But yeah, it seems like the berries helped, at least not have him die immediately.
Do I, as a ranger, like, do these things, you know, like something from the ocean covered in barnacles that sucks people dry? Does this like ring any bells of like any animals I might know?
With that description, not really.
Okay.
Like humanoid people covered in barnacles that suck people dry. There's a couple of creatures you've heard that live in oceans that will suck people dry, but they're not really like humanoid or covered in barnacles in that sense.
Then I'm gonna go back inside and like interrupt Riley and just kind of get everyone together and tell them what just happened, because that feels bad.
The jazz music stops abruptly.
I'm getting there. Okay.
So, people covered in barnacles leaped out of the sea and sucked a man dry. Does this sound familiar to Riley? His expertise is more fish. I don't know if he would know this.
As far as you live here, nothing's really come out of the sea.
Okay. My, that is a strange phenomena.
Should we? I mean, not right now, but we should probably go check that out sometime. I don't know. It could be right now. What are we doing?
I love mysteries. And if it's posing a threat to the locals, we may as well take care of it while we're here. I hate
So
to
far,
see
it
something
doesn't
happen to
feel
this
like
town.
it, but it feels like there's always, like, this doesn't sound like the big animal thing, but something. Maybe they're also under that curse that things are under where they're like slaves. You know what I'm talking about? I forgot if we have a word for that.
Hmm?
Like the sharks.
Oh, that. Well, we won't figure out if we sit around and dawdle, will we?
What time is it right now?
You guys have been here for a few hours. It was midday when you came in here. It's a little late afternoon now, around 3:30, 4 o'clock or so.
Yeah, might as well check it out.
Well, a bit of a shame to have to step out of the celebration, but we've had our fun.
Yeah. I'm assuming Riley's like friends / family / found family are around us and be like, thank you for showing us your hospitality tonight.
Hey, is that the guild has places to sleep, right?
Yeah.
Any rooms open in the guild?
Yeah, not all the cots have been filled. Crash here if you want to.
Sounds great. We'll take up that offer. Also, you haven't noticed any new ships carrying a lot of cargo in the bay recently, have you?
One,
One.
yeah, they sort of just... It's weird. They told us to just find a warehouse to store all this. We opened one pack. It was just jerky and hardtack. Like a lot of it.
Sounds like our man. Perfect. I'm gonna look around for the very non-distinct man and say, Ramsey!
Like already right there at the table.
Oh. We'll chalk that one up to Riley not being used to there being a non-distinct man around. Oh, there you are. Did you hear that?
I mean, he said it. It's not a character. He said it in front of me, right?
At the table, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then I'll just nod to Riley.
Do you want to go take care of that right now?
As soon as most convenient for everyone. Yeah, it's a slight emergency. Bad.
Yeah. So in that case, how do we should probably go see it first and then decide what to do, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
So where are you guys going?
We'll head to the docks first and check out that big boat.
Okay. Okay, so you get to the docks, and just past dock workers. Sea spray begins to fill the air. You can hear the seagulls. It's a fairly nice day, considering that there's a man that was attacked, and otherwise the commotion hasn't really hit anyone. When you go to the docks, usually the docks aren't filled. Usually there's like 1 or 2 docks that are like guild ships for you, Riley. Some guilds have like ships that they use to like traverse locally, like around the bay area. They don't usually go out into the open ocean though.
Right.
There's one that looks like it goes out to the open ocean. It is a large galleon type ship. It is painted black and green in almost like a weird honeybee stripe shape. It looks awful. It has like 3 sails. It's a huge ship, and it's just kind of just moored at the dock. You can see in almost gilded or plated along the side, you can see the name of the ship. It's the Lore Keeper.
Lore is an Lore.
Yeah.
Was there ever... Zero, was there word of which would be... what the name of the ship would be?
I don't think so, right? So
No, you were just told that it would arrive at some point in Goma. You weren't told how exactly.
I don't know, I think the facts line up. I think this is our ship.
yeah, maybe there's someone we can speak to.
Perhaps. Let's have ourselves a look, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so you head to the ship.
Mhm.
Okay. As you head to the ship, there are 2 burly-looking men just with huge clubs just standing at the gangplank that heads to the ship, just at the entrance. You can see there are dock workers just going to and fro. They're sort of currently unloading a lot of stuff. Some of them crates. Some of them have like there's some like huge crates being lifted by cranes built into the piers themselves, the Seapoint docks. But as you approach these 2 large, burly guys, they sort of just get in your way a little bit. Don't say anything, they just get in your way.
I will just speak up to them, and I would be I'll tell them I think this is for me from Yancy, correct?
They sort of both just look to each other. They look almost like twins in a way. Like they're identical, like a mirror image of each other. You hear one of them just yell to the ship, "Oi! Get the boss!" You see some scrawny looking dude just go out of sight, come back. You see a older human man with this very big fancy hat made of like just blue velvet and like these black outlines, these black fur sort of tufts across all of it. It looks comical in some ways, and just this very tight white pants and like a blue jacket on, just walk towards you. As he walks, the 2 guys part and just goes, "Yes, I'm the Captain Galerius. Captain Galerius. Refer to me as Captain Galerius."
This man's not familiar?
Nope.
Oh, I was assuming it was Yancy. You said Clarius?
Galerius, yeah.
I will just step forward and speak to him and say, I believe this order might be for me from Yancy.
You were the one that ordered a large sum of food.
Yep.
Well, luckily I was well paid, otherwise this would have been a waste of time. The food took up a lot of all my beautiful ship, the Lore Keeper, all of my cargo space. So this is the only trip I'm making. But yes, this is a shipment. One half of it, I believe, should be give or take a year's worth.
Do you happen to know when we'll see the other half?
No, that was not my part of the job. I was just supposed to transport the one half here. I don't know how Mr. Upal decides to send the other half.
Right. I guess. Thank you, and once it's all unloaded, we'll take it from there.
Good. I don't want to be in this backyard anymore. And he just about faces, goes back onto the gangplank and just walks back up.
As we're already out here, can I cast Sending to Yancy?
Yeah, sure.
And I'm just gonna say very flatly, we're in Goldmund. Where's the other half of my shipment?
You hear just in your brain after like a minute or so, you hear, it was too much food to send everything at once. One is by ship, one I've contracted Silverwind Trading Company to send by land.
Oh shit.
To Goldmund? I'm assuming.
Uh,
I guess I'll
assuming,
hop-
yeah.
I will cast Sending again, and I will say, fuck, what do I say? Where will they be bringing it?
As per the requested location, all food is to be delivered to Gulmud Harbor. The caravan will dump off your food. Our business will be concluded.
Okay, I'll leave it at that, because I'm out of spell slots.
Arcane Trickster.
I'm gonna turn to Riley and ask, how lively are the docks at nighttime?
It's a good question. How lively are the docks at nighttime?
Not like super lively. Like there's some people that work at night for some reason. There's some doctrines of salvage where it's like you're not really competing with as many people at nighttime.
There's a few take advantage of the fact that, there's low visibility at night and use that to scavenge, and they use it to get the leg up on the competitors. It's mixed results, but it shouldn't be too busy.
How difficult do you think it would be to bring Polaris out here to begin loading up?
Well, there's not a lighthouse around, is there?
There is actually to the
Okay.
south. The Salvage Guild Lighthouse.
To
Operates
the
out of
south, you
lighthouse.
said, though. We're in the north right now?
It's somewhat. It's not on the map. It's somewhat south of the town.
Okay. Well, I mean, look at our position. Look at the position of the lighthouse. If it reaches this far, it could cause some mischief, but we might be fine.
I have a couple hours left of invisibility. I doubt we can get all of this done at once, but it's something to work with, I guess, if we want to start whenever there's less people out here.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen? They see that we have a dragon that we're loading with food. What conclusion are they going to come to? They're not going to know what's going on. It'll be a miracle if they decide to engage.
Riley-
Since there's a dragon.
Riley said, "Fuck, they gonna do about it?" Okay. If you say so, I don't care if you don't care. This is your town.
Listen,
Can
it's
I
not
hear
my,
this
it's not my
conversation?
town.
Yeah, it's probably with the whole group, I would imagine. If anyone else has
So,
any
yeah.
input as well.
How much food is there in terms of space?
I'm gonna guess this is gonna take a long time to get to Sant.
Visually, can we see how much they've taken down already? Did you say that they were unloading it into a warehouse?
Yeah, there's dock workers that are unloading smaller boxes, like just one by one. The crates are probably about like 3 feet high, like 3 feet by 3 feet cube. The bigger ones are closer to like 7 to 8 feet tall.
Jesus.
Yeah, and there's about 5 or 6 of them stacked up on the where the land actually happens. And this evening they're unloading more. There's a lot of food. Years worth of food. It's a lot of food.
I'm gonna turn to Riley and Chris and just say this might take us a few trips, so I'm sorry in advance if we end up spending some days doing this, but
Yeah, a few.
'Cause-
I'm thinking dozens.
I have enough space for 30 cubic feet.
Oh, that's right. You have your strange little pocket dimension.
Don't you have dead bodies in there?
Oh, well, I can create a different demi-plane for the
can?
food.
That's so cool. Okay.
That will speed things up significantly. That means we can get to work.
Yeah, and however much we can fit on the dragon, I guess, tonight. Simon, how many people are in Fin 2? Like around 2,000 people?
Give or take, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna have to bring a good portion of it tonight.
Well, we also have to find Fintu after that.
That's true. Okay, I guess we can get started if Chris wants to whip us up an extra plane.
I think
Yeah,
Halamar will be interested in this one. I'm going to go grab him.
Go to grab
I
it?
guess we'll wait for him then.
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab Halamar.
Okay. Yeah, you go grab Halamar. Geronimo joins you too. He's the early one of the group.
Aurelia wasn't interested.
Aurelia will supervise. She's not gonna fucking carry goddamn crates around.
Oh no, I haven't even
She's a
told.
good swimmer, but that's about it.
Okay, that's fine.
She's book smart.
So I'll just run it by them. Hey, you guys want to see something cool?
Halamar
Big
just
magic.
Goes, are you gonna show me a dead body?
Halamar said that?
Yeah.
No, that's the other plane.
Fuck.
No, we need our magic storage. So could you help? Do you have the day off?
We do actually. Yeah, we planned your surprise birthday party.
Well, there's a few things I need to do to say thanks then, because I don't just want to pull you out of that atmosphere and put you back to work. First of all, I'm gonna pass him 30 gold. I've got a lot more of where this came from, so if you feel like I'm cheaping out on you, don't be afraid to, voice your opinion. This is just a small token of thanks.
Geronimo sort of picks up the coin purse you dropped out, and he goes, "Oh, I can finally buy those flowers I wanted to get." Kalmar out of his hands like, "Nope, that's going directly to my drink fund." And then that gets snatched out by Aurelia and just goes, "No, this is funding the boats you all smashed last week."
Okay, you know what? How do I make this easier? I'll give Aurelia and Geronimo 30 each as well. That's 900 and then 870.
Yeah. As you distribute the communism across your guild, yeah, Shanty's just watching you give money to everyone.
Can I see her watching Riley hand out money?
Can Riley see it?
Yeah, she's at the table. She's just there.
Oh, okay. If that's the case, then you know what? It's not fair to put our little singer to work and not have some recompense. Hand her 30 as well.
Jeez.
Yeah. As you give her 30, she just her little beady bird eyes go wide. And she's just looking around, and she sort of just runs under the table and goes to the performers who have like some other instrument cases go on, and she just drops in 2 gold.
See, what comes around goes around.
Just to clarify, does she look like a child Kenku, or does she just look like a tiny Kenku?
She looks young.
Okay.
I'm not sure how old she is, but like she's fairly short for like a Kenku.
Little baby Kenku. Okay.
Okay. So what's the move?
Yeah, those willing to help out, let's go. We've got a lot to do.
I guess I do it. The demi-plane, or I'll open one up to store some food in, I guess.
How does traveling between a demi-plane work? Is it just like a portal, like opens?
Yeah, it's basically like a door, a shadowy door on a flat surface.
Neat.
Cool. How much could each one hold?
30 cubic feet.
Okay.
So 30 feet on each dimension.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. So one of your demi-planes, if you manage to shove in all of the big boxes, could fit like what? 30 feet, yeah. 78 feet. Let's just do some quick maths. Oops. Like, fuck. Yeah, give or take like 4, I think, or 6. 4. Let's go with 4. About like 4 of those big crits, which for demi-plane they can make an infinite amount of. That's not bad.
Jeez.
You could
So we'll
technically do
have
it all in one
various
trip.
but we'd have to spend a lot of time doing that because
Yeah.
demi-plane is a high-level spell, and I'm guessing you have to like cast each time you want to use one.
Yeah, it lasts
Yeah.
for 1 hour.
Well,
Oh,
if we're on
dollar.
wait, can you switch demi-planes within that hour?
I don't think so.
Okay, so we're rather limited with what we can do. This is still a decent help, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Thank you, Chris. While we're out here, I think just right here by the docks and everything, I'm gonna pick up. Is there anything like a piece of something lying around that I could pick up to keep as like a teleport spot back here?
Yeah, there's lots of rocks and stuff, just like loose little cobblestones off that came off the sort of embankments against the coast.
Cool. I'll grab a little stone and just pocket it.
Okay.
I'm also gonna pull Halimar aside. I'm gonna be like, okay, so here's some more strange adventure stuff. At night, how many people typically hang around these docks nowadays?
Just the crazy ones. No
Okay.
one really goes out scavenging at night unless they're really desperate. Lighthouse sometimes like to, you know how Lighthouse can be.
Yeah. I'm just so I don't know how to put this without sounding alarming. You know how we said we defeated a dragon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we also domesticated it.
Why, you taught it to roll over, do tricks?
Yeah, basically, something like that. It's completely loyal to us. And kind of hoping to load up some more of these crates onto it. There's a house on it. Please don't ask how that happened. I don't even understand. It's some weird magic.
So are you asking me permission to land your dragon in town?
Oh, and like keep it under wraps so that people don't cause widespread panic, because the dragon is not dangerous.
Yeah. Also, that guy that got
Not in
dragged
this
out-
scenario, anyway.
That guy that got dragged out of the ocean earlier, you can always build onto that and just say those creatures have been spotted by the docks. Maybe shut it down for the night.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be too long before word of that attack gets to Conway anyway. Yeah, if I
True.
can... He's a wily one. I'm sure he'll... He might shut down the docks anyway, to be honest. I can throw in a word, though.
If nothing else, I'm sure he'll understand that we're rather pressed for options, and, piling crates onto our house dragon is,
A little weird, yeah.
yeah, but not dangerous. No cause for alarm.
All right, I'll try to talk to Conway, see if we can shut down the docks. There's, it'll just be patrols at that point, just to, keep people out.
Yeah, might need to talk to Conway about that one then, since we're going to need him.
Maybe we can volunteer our services to look out for those monsters tonight. No
Hey,
one's
kill two
gonna-
birds with one stone. That's not a bad idea either.
That way to protect the citizens of Goldmud.
Let's do it.
I'm in.
Right, so where are you guys going?
To the
Should we
beach.
actually go see Conway right now, maybe? I don't know. Have we, like, loaded everything in yet, or is that still a work in progress?
That'll take a little bit of time. It'll be
Okay,
depend on what you
yeah.
guys want to do.
Let's do that right now, just as much as we can.
What are you saying, Jen?
I'm agreeing with whatever Bowen's saying.
Okay.
So we're loading it into the demiplane right now.
Okay, so it's a flat surface, right? It doesn't specify like a wall or anything.
It just says flat, solid surface that you can see within range.
Okay. Yeah, so you can cast it on the ground and have some of the cranes lower it into it.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Oh.
You're so smart.
Oh, so we don't even really have to do any lifting.
Yeah, I mean, you'll have to. It'd be some lifting to get like to pack in as much space as you can. There'll be some extra space you can put smaller crates in. But just like the one demiplane, it'll take a number of. It'll be certainly easier than pushing all the crates by yourself, horizontally.
Yeah, but what about getting them back out?
Getting them back out, like that's gonna be a thing.
Hmm.
Did you say they're 5x5 or 3x3? This, I guess, not the, because you said there's small ones. I know there's huge ones. You said are like 7 feet tall or something like that.
Yes, 7 or 8 feet tall.
Ooh,
There's like one in the middle, right? Or no?
No, there's
Oh,
two sizes. The smaller, like normal crate size is like 3 to 4 feet tall, and then there's the humongous 7 to 8 feet tall crates.
Oh, so the 3 to 4 feet, that is the small one. Okay.
Yeah.
Because even those will need help carrying. Like one person couldn't carry that one on their own, right?
Unless you're very strong.
And we are not.
Geronimo is.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, Geronimo helps out. So does Halimar. Halimar does. He needs help, but you know, he's helping out. Yeah, you guys can help here if you want to. It'll be a lot of lifting, or you can leave it to the dock workers.
Do as much as we can ourselves, and then we also have to think about how we're getting these things out as well, because we need to figure out a way to get the stuff out that doesn't require a crane, as we will not have a crane when we land.
I think getting back to Fintu, I have some friends that will help us unload. That are pretty relatively strong that can help us carry it. Otherwise, I'm not opposed to just cracking them open and just, I don't know, taking them out in smaller batches, or maybe even distributing them when we get there to people who need them. 'Cause it's just like a wooden crate, right? We just take off the lid.
That's
It's all
true.
nailed shut. Yeah, crack it open with a crowbar.
I guess we don't have to move them out. Yeah.
We'll deal with it when we get there. But we do have some people back in Fintu that can help us.
Okay. Good. We'll just we'll do what we can then.
Okay. So let's say it'll take, with your help, and with probably some magic shenanigans going on, and with the cranes, most of the dock workers here are just generally milling about. Some of them just off duty, and they'll lend a hand. Geronimo Halmar is also there. Aurelia's there doing brainy stuff.
What does that mean?
Logistics.
Logistics.
Yeah. Yes. These crates are made of crate.
Yeah.
She's the management here.
Yes, mahogany. Less water resistance than ash. Yeah, I'll say over the course of like 40 minutes or so, you manage to pack the demiplane more or less to the brim, with the crane just easily lowering it in and just like back and forth. That's already enough to fill out most of it, and then it's just a matter of enough hands, which you have a good number of hands just loading on smaller crates on top of that. Yeah, but within 40 minutes or so, you guys managed to more or less pack the demiplane filled with crates, which is you still have the dock workers are still unloading some of the stuff from the ship. You still have another half left from that one shipment. There's still 4 more crates, large crates, and there's a number of smaller crates still.
All right.
There's no way for them to like what, like if hypothetically, if Polaris was to come land near where we are, the crane couldn't simply. No, I guess they're like 7 or 8 feet tall. We wouldn't be able to get a whole large crate into the front door of the house, right?
No.
No.
Yeah, okay.
We could get the small crates in though. That's not nothing.
Yeah, you can fit the small crates in. Polaris could probably grab some if you want to. with
Yes.
hands.
When it comes to Polaris being over here, I'll let Riley make those decisions because you know the people here better than I do. I don't want to freak anyone out.
Well, I've let the people I'm worried about know, so that's one down. Now the general populace and the executives are next.
But you spent a little less than an hour packing stuff in. Sun's getting a little low.
Right. Well, there's one more thing I want to show Halimar, and any else who wants a demonstration. I am going to coat Tempest Retort in lightning, and I'm going to teleport out to sea.
All right. As you coat them toward the lightning crackles between the ridges in your narwhal tusk, and you just thrust forward. You just disappear into a bolt of lightning and just disappear. Was it 60 feet out to sea?
Mm-hmm. I'll go 40 though,
Okay.
just so I'm more visible.
Okay. In a crack of lightning, you just disappear and reappear into the sea.
And then I'll start zip zooming around. I guess I'll swim fast back.
Okay. And you just like a motorboat in this water. You're just doing like what are those things like an ATV but in water, like a skidoo. You're just doing
ATV.
like a skidoo. Like,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
like, yeah. You're just fucking doing donuts in the water, showing off.
And then to cap it all off, I'll cast Water Walk, and I'll just walk back onto the harbor from shore. From the water, that is.
As you just Jesus walk back onto the shore, see Halimar just raising an eyebrow and just slowly clapping. Riley just gives a fucking like almost like a judging look, like she has a scoreboard about to like give you like a 9 or something.
That's a small little demonstration of some of the skills I've picked up in my time I've been gone.
Yep.
To give you a little idea of how we do things around here.
Halimar just looks at the rest of you. So you're all weird like that, huh?
Yeah, especially the blue one.
Yeah, you sent me doing front flips earlier.
Yep, I can do more than that though.
Probably make holes in the ground.
Yep. If you want, I can make you run fast.
Sure.
I'll cast haste on him.
Okay. You cast haste and you can see like his eyes dilate as he begins just running fucking laps everyone. He looks like he's on fast forward motion for a little bit. And he just begins running around. It's like holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. After a minute he just collapses in exhaustion. Like he's mid run too, so he just like rolls, eats shit, and like skids across the ground.
Is anyone gonna help him up?
Nope.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, he gets up. He slowly limps back towards you and just goes, okay, that's a lot more tiring than I thought.
Yeah, after a little bit, you get tired, but then you slowly regain your energy.
Halimar looks towards you, Jana. So do you like talk to animals? Is that your talent? Or
You tell me. Do I
Your
talk
power
to
is heart.
animals?
yeah, do you, like yeah, Riley can swim. Chrysostomus Chris over there can make me fly and fast and make holes in the ground. Do you talk to animals?
Do you count this as talking to animals? And then Jana's gonna turn into a bear as well.
He sort of tilts his head and just goes, so are you a person being a bear, or are you a bear that pretends to be a person?
Jana's gonna talk back in bear, fully knowing he can't understand.
He sort of looks around, like, translation, anyone?
No idea, but Jana is a
fair.
person, yes.
That answers one question.
Jana's gonna stay at bear and just hang out with Giorgio.
Okay.
Bear things.
Just bear things, whatever. Taking selfies together. Little memory for the memory board. Okay. And then he turns towards you, Ramses.
Oh, I'm 0 by now. That wore off a long time ago.
Oh, did it?
Yep.
Okay. He just goes, I don't think we've met.
I'll put my hand out and just say 0.
Where's Ramses?
He's off for the day. I got the night shift. Don't worry about it.
Aureli sort of just like leans in and whispers something, and he just goes, "Oh, okay, okay, I get it. Okay, he winky wonks 0."
Zero is the false identity.
It's been my
great.
scam the whole time. He found out.
You see Aureli just pinch the bridge of her nose. What do you do?
I'll cast mirror image on myself, and then I'll also have my mage hand, sleight of hand, and pickpocket him. I'm not gonna steal it. I'm just gonna take it out and hold it in front of his face.
Hey, just pickpocketing whatever.
Yeah, but yeah,
Okay.
mirror image, and I think that's 2 clones of me next to me, right?
Something like that, yeah.
And I'll
Okay.
just pickpocket him in front of him.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Hee.
As you pickpocket him, you pull out exactly 4 copper and some pocket lint.
Oh.
Where did his gold go?
Where did his gold go?
It is a mystery.
It is. Yeah, as his money just floats out of his pocket, as there's now 2 of you or 3 of you.
I'll just shrug and say mine isn't as flashy as everyone else's, but I think I prefer that.
Halamarser just turns to you, Riley, and just goes, "So do you like lock everything you own, or?"
Trust them. It's
Okay.
worked out so far.
That I can understand. Towards you, can I have my money back, please?
I will hand him with my mage hand his money back, and then I want to slide a hand another like 10 gold to him.
Okay, make another sleight of hand check.
Yeah, okay.
A lot of below 10s, but what's it called? Fucking reliable talent, rogues. Natural 1, so that means it's a 38, right? Yeah, you just very deftly slide more gold into his pocket than he even originally anticipated. Looks towards you. Riley looks towards the rest of the crew. Yep. You, Jana, you, 0, you, Chris. Just look back. Well, I can see how you all kept him safe all this time.
Yeah, much either.
Janice hasn't bear, and he's kept us safe as well.
He tried to speak back in bear.
Jana will nod and bear, knowing that we can't talk to each other, but we'll feign like we're having a conversation.
Hannah nods in bear.
As you nod back, he sort of looks at his hands like, what power do I have? Okay, as you're all on the docks, looking out, it took you, some time just hanging out. Sun is beginning to set, and the sky turns purple. The sun, light orange, yellow, followed by a very deep red as it begins to dip below the horizon. Not fully yet, but it's getting there. As Halmar sort of just like walks up to the end of the dock, just sits on a crate, one that needs to be shipped into your demiplane at some point, and just looks out towards the sunset over the ocean to see the light scattering across the surface. Aurelia and Geronimo sort of just join him, and so does Shanty, just waddling behind. He sort of just looks back to the four of you, just standing together, more or less. He just says to you, Riley, "You really do have this effect on people, huh?"
I don't know what you're talking about, mate. I'm just being me.
Yeah. He just looks back out to the sunset. We will take a break there.
Sure.
All right, so picking up where we left off, you are standing on the docks of Gulmid Harbor. What do you want to do?
For a bit, Riley wants to check out the sunset too.
Okay. Yeah, he's up to. Very pretty. The orange lights scatter across the surface. You have a pretty unobstructed view, too.
Were the views in Fairhaven anything like this? Or is this like unique?
It's pretty, it's not unique. It's just, it's nice. Not a lot of people don't get to see the sunset over the ocean.
Right.
Are we at the docks?
You
Yeah.
are.
Do we see the barnacle people?
Make a perception check.
Sorry, it's so tiny reading perception.
Just looking, peering past onto the beach, into the water. No, don't see anything.
Well, we're probably fine for now.
Gianna's still a bear, right?
Oh, probably at this point I'll have turned out.
Okay. Fine.
I would like to investigate that later, though.
Investigate. Oh, do you mean the monsters? Or whatever it is that. Is that. Where was the direction he came from?
We don't know.
The wounded man. Not from over here.
I don't think we know. He was just in the street when we saw him.
Yeah, there's two guys dragging him down the street, pretty much.
Alright. Well then. Probably best if I go see Conway and let him know we have some business to do here.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, Riley, you're going to go ahead see Conway?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Is everyone following, or does everyone want to do their own thing?
I'd like to investigate, see if I can find evidence for humanoids on the beach, like barnacle people.
If Chris is
Um,
doing that. Jenna will stay behind.
I'm also, while everyone's doing everything, I'm just going to spend my time unloading one of the smaller crates into my bag of holding.
Okay. Yeah, you spend time scooping it. Take a little bit, but it's not going to be a hassle, other than time-wise and effort. Cool. John, are you helping Chris, or are you just going to keep watch?
I mean, can I even help? Is he doing magic stuff?
I'm just investigating.
I'll help.
Okay. So you can both roll individually, or you can give Chris advantage. Your choice.
You can get advantage.
Okay.
There's not a huge amount of beach around the docks. It's mostly just like a stone wall to keep the waves out of the actual town itself. Sort of just built up on like the town itself is like built slightly higher than the actual tides, but currently it's low. As you sort of just jump down, begin sifting through some stuff, you don't find necessarily barnacle people, but you do sort of see not fresh, but you can see the vague impressions of what look like handprints sort of embedded in the sand. They don't go anywhere, but they're just there. It could be somebody. It could be from barnacle people. That could just be there. Could be coincidence.
Jenna, there's some handprints over here. You have tracking skills. Would you happen to know where these came from or went?
I mean, just by looking how you described it, Simon, we know they came from the ocean, right?
Seemingly, yeah.
I'll do can I do a roll just to confirm that there's no...
Yeah, make a survival check. Yeah, it's, or yeah, as far as you can tell, they don't seem to go anywhere. It's just 2 or 3 handprints, vague impressions of handprints just in the sand at low tide. Just that seems to have emerged from the ocean. The actual checking under the tide itself where the water is, it doesn't seem to deal anything. It's washed away at this point. But where it's mostly dry so far, it's, you can see it just sort of just 2 or 3 handprints up the sand and it just ends.
My guess is the ocean. But I guess we don't know for sure.
We could maybe do a quick dive. I'll cast water breathing as a ritual.
Okay. So it'll take 10 minutes. Sure. Janum, sir, are you doing anything while you're still on the docks?
Still scooping.
Okay. Yeah, nothing with Janum?
Can I not follow?
It'll take some time for it'll take 10 minutes for the ritual to happen.
Oh.
So in the interim, are you doing anything?
Chilling.
Okay.
Helping Zero if I can.
Yeah, that'll help. It'll speed up the process for sure. Yeah, you'll probably finish that before the ritual even happens, to be honest. So Riley, you begin to walk away from the pier towards the salvage trove.
Mm-hmm.
Just making your way past the receptionist. Conway's not a very bureaucratic man. Past the hallway, through the doors, up various stairwells, like a weave in between hallways, and eventually coming up through a small hatch built into the bottom of the large ship that's sort of just sitting on top of this building entirely. You come to the sort of lower deck of the ship, the hull. Mostly empty, mostly storage for now, but you sort of just make your way up through small little stair sets, ladders, until eventually you come to the main living portion, more or less. Nothing fancy in Conway's abode. Just a mostly small room, a couch, a very simple carpet made of some furred goat, and just a coffee table with just nothing on it. It's fairly cramped in here, but apparently Conway, that's what he enjoys. So, but for now, it's you by yourself. You know, generally Conway resides on the opposite side of the door where you're at, across the left from you, but that's sort of like his personal room and office. So you generally don't barge in there unless you have an appointment or knock.
So he's not present in his office, basically.
In the living space, it's sort of like the reception area of this ship.
Is there like a bell I can ring?
You can knock.
I'll knock.
Okay. About 20 seconds pass before you hear the shifting of chairs, followed by the opening of a door. You see an older dwarven man, sort of a dark orange, very dirty beard, just matted tightly around his face, and just a bed of hair where green eyes peek through. The tips of the hair is beginning to gray, and he just dresses very plainly. No formality, no office garb or anything. He's just a guy. Sort of just peers out with a single green eye. So you're back.
Oh, I suppose the news didn't reach you. Explains why you weren't at the deep dive. I was thinking somebody was missing. Hey there, Conway. I've got something I just need to run you by. Loath as I am to introduce any stressful situations, that's what I'm trying to mitigate. My party and I have a bit of an operation happening at the Golmud Arbor, and we need to load cargo onto our dragon house. It's every bit as ridiculous as it sounds. That said, the dragon is not hostile, and just want to make sure that the locals and officials here know that there's no danger presented to the populace.
Conway just sort of looks at you through the door. No expression change in his face. Not that you could see much of his face anyway. He sort of eyes you up a little bit. So you come into my office and just tell me you want to land a dragon in the middle of town.
The middle of town, the edge of town.
Oh, that makes all the difference. Make a persuasion check.
Sure. Oh.
He sort of looks at you and without even missing a beat. No.
I thought you might say that. That's fine.
I'm not going to risk any more weirdness in the town.
Yeah, that's probably the best judgment. Figured I'd shoot my shot anyway. Thanks for entertaining me.
He sort of just closes the door.
Oh, things just got a little bit harder. Okay. Yeah, Riley will leave defeated.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Yes.
Of course.
Just
The duality
as-
of man.
As you're leaving, you sort of just hear voices from behind the door. One is Conway's. One is some other guy you don't really recognize. At least not from just the voice. You're Conway to say, describe it again. The guy just goes, a guy, barnacles, covered in barnacles. He attacked and killed Cliff. Roll's dead or dying. Some lady helped him though. And as you just begin to descend, that
Did you cut out? What happened?
hello,
Hello? As I
Hello?
descend, what not? What now?
you descend.
Yeah,
That's
I
the last
descend.
bit that's the last bit you hear as you descend.
Oh, okay. Wait a second. Oh. Do I barge in on that one? Oh, I don't know. No, I'll leave it.
Okay, make your way back to the pier.
Yep.
All right. So, Zero, are you going to partake in the water breathing thing, or are you just going to continue shoveling?
I'm gonna keep shoveling.
Okay. Actually, you will finish with Janice's help. You will finish shoveling before the water breathing thing. So it's up to you.
I don't think Zero likes the water, so I'm not gonna partake.
All right. So, Chris, you complete your water breathing ritual. Jan, are you coming with or no?
Sure.
Okay.
I can just turn into a fish, right?
I think so. At your druid level, you might be able to. If you have if you're able to turn to a swimming speed, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you can turn to an octopus and shit. Fucking
Yeah.
destroyed my shark with it. Jesus. You shark, you want to just do nothing for a turn? Okay. Okay. As Chris, you cast water breathing. You both dive in.
Yep. I do cast it on Zero and Jana, just in case.
Lasts for like what, 8 hours or some shit, like some crazy obscene amount of time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
Again,
what
as you
is this
both.
spell?
Just water breathing.
Okay, this is it's not like suddenly Zero is just like a fish on land, you know?
No. It's actually it's 24 hours. Just water
Jesus.
breathing, just in case, you know.
Okay. As you finish your ritual and dive down, it's still fairly light outside. Just diving even like 20 feet below surface, you can see just scraps of wood and metal just strewn throughout the sand. Not a whole lot of large bits, but just a plenitude of just bits of plank and just errant pieces of splinters and just like nails and there's like metal loops that just seem to have no function. Whatever it used to be attached to is just rotted away. Okay, how far are you going out?
I guess we're
Um,
looking as we go, right? To see if we can see these things.
Yeah. Okay, so both of you make perception checks. Okay. You wait out a while, like 100 feet out, 150, 200. You're not too worried about drowning. You're not like you can swim. You're not the most. You're not like fish unless you want to be Jana. Are you using wild shape or are you just gonna go as is?
I guess if I can just swim as is Jana, I won't use a wild shape just to save that.
Okay. Yeah, it's not the most comfortable thing, but it's you can swim. Yeah, and you're just sort of scouring the bottom of the bay mostly. Yeah, and you see pretty much throughout the whole place, you can just see scraps, bits of masts, sails, things that haven't been salvaged or pulled up properly yet, or just at all. You see a number of fish. You see a couple of fish have already actually made like a minor ecosystem in the wreckage itself. Like some ship pieces have a hole punched in some of the hulls, and just barnacles have grown around, and fish take shelter in it. You've been around the season, Fairhaven well, but there wasn't nearly as many fish or wildlife as there is here. But looking around, you see a few large rocks. They're sort of just isolated by themselves, though. Looking closer, they appear to be somewhat large barnacles.
Yeah.
They're just embedded in the sand, somewhat.
Jana's gonna try and take one.
Okay.
Does it look like there's like a trail, like, of these going somewhere?
Not really. It's just like 3 or 4 isolated, very large barnacles, like 2 feet across. They're sort of just clustered in the middle of the sand, just isolated, not attached to any like ship mast or wood or metal. They're just in the sand.
Yeah, I guess we'll go up to them.
Okay. Jenny, could you try to take one?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Sorry, I don't think my mic is picking me up.
Okay. Cool. As you swim down and try to pull on it, it's sort of stuck in there, but as you just pull a little bit harder, you pull, it doesn't take a whole lot of effort to unearth it, though it is still stuck firmly. But as you sort of pull up, you see the barnacle is attached to the shoulder of a humanoid, like a human. And it's not really like attached like a parasite. It's like it just sort of just grown around the body. You can see that it's actually like salt crusted as well, and you can see you can just look up, or the humanoid sort of just looks up at you. What's your AC?
My what?
Your AC.
19.
Okay. That's it's pretty high. It tries to reach and grab for you with its very pallid, just salt encrusted skin. It almost looks like it has like a mask made of salt, like it just melted and it's almost creating this coating around it. It doesn't even make it look human anymore. It begins to just reach and grab for you, but you sort of just swim just out of reach as it sort of just sinks back into the sand. It just lays there prone looking up at you.
Do I detect this as like an animal or like a monstrosity or no anything like that?
We're using primeval awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you spend a minute to concentrate just out of reach. It doesn't try to reach for you or just swim towards you or anything. It sort of just sits there looking up at you. Doesn't really take its eyes off you after that. Looking up for monstrosities and elementals, don't detect any of that.
I don't think casting speak with animals would help me here. I want to know like just what it's thinking. I can't talk to Chris while we're underwater, right?
You can breathe underwater. I think you can
we
somewhat
really,
speak. It's not really
not
like
more
it's
than
not.
you
It's not.
can
This,
talk to someone in a pool, where it's all
Yeah.
garbled.
yeah, it's a little bit difficult. You can read if you can read lips, maybe.
Jana's just gonna shrug her shoulders at Chris.
Maybe I'll point to the surface and start swimming up.
Yeah, Jana will follow.
Okay. Eventually, you come up and breach the surface. The Sun's getting a little low now.
Then I ask, you weren't able to figure out what these things are?
No, nothing that I know of. We might have to get Riley down here and have him read their minds or something to figure out. But I do have one of the barnacles, right? I was able to take one.
You were able to take a small fragment, I'll say. The
Yeah.
large barnacle itself still remains firmly attached to this creature.
Okay, a fragment is fine. Maybe we can get this inspected in the meantime.
Do you want to get Riley, or should I get Riley?
You can get Riley.
I can?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I guess you can just stay here and keep a watch over them.
Oh, I mean, I'm not gonna. Well. Okay.
If you want.
I might just go back to the beach. I don't know. Safety and not being alone in the waters with a thing that attacks people.
Okay, if you go back to the beach, then just let Riley know, and then I'll just stay here, keeping an eye on these things.
Okay. I advised against that, but go for it. So then I guess I'll go back.
I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And then I just dive under, start swimming to the bottom.
Okay. Are you going any further out into the ocean, or are you going to stay around where you found these things?
I stay around where I found these things.
Okay. And Jenny, you go back?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't take you, it's like a 3-minute swim, but you get back, and by this time, Riley, you arrive at the dock where you see Zero just finish shoveling a bunch of food into the bag holding.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a problem.
What's that?
We can't bring Polaris into the town. Kind of slows things down a little bit. It's not the end of the world. We have our demi-plane, but this is... Yeah, Conway just doesn't want trouble. And I understand where he's coming from.
I can cast invisibility on Polaris at least once, I think. Yeah, I have one spell slot left.
I guess you could do that.
This is out of character. Do we need Polaris anymore? Because I think originally I was encouraging it because I thought we needed to, I thought we could pick up the crates and carry them in the door, but it seems like we...
I mean, I'm going to need Polaris to get into Sant. So, may as well load what we can.
Okay.
Could always just walk some crates over.
It's like an hour walk.
Yeah. But the alternative is having Conway pissed at us, and I really don't want that.
Do you think we can just take him... We'll keep him invisible during the first hour. And then we pack as much as we can. We already have, I think, about half the shipment on us. So if we need to make a second trip, that's fine. But I could make him invisible for the time being. We have like an hour.
Yeah, that should do a little bit. It's better than nothing. But it is also a little bit tricky. Because if he catches wind of that and finds out we have the dragon in town after all, you gotta weigh the pros and cons there.
Simon, is there anywhere in the area, like nearby the docks, I guess, where the boats are parked, docked, whatever, that Polaris could stand?
The docks aren't super thick. They're probably only like 10 feet. But about like 10-ish feet wide. Enough for people, enough for wagons, enough for the cranes to like lift heavy things. The whole dragon might be hard pressed for that.
Yeah, not on the docks, but like near the docks, like the beach or somewhere like that we could walk it within like 50 feet.
Not of the ship. You can land on the actual solid part of the docks, like that's built into the earth. Like there's a there, but that's also like sort of on the road itself, where people walk. But you've done something similar before, so
Okay, wait, hold on. Zero. Think about it like this. If the food that we're transporting is meant to last like 2 years, we've probably already got like half a year on just what we have ready to ship present. We don't really have to speed run this.
Yeah, that's fine. We can come back.
Yeah, let's just play it safe.
That's fine. I'm ready when you guys are then to head to Sant, but I'm not gonna rush you while we're here. I'm
Yeah,
not sure
come
where
to think of it, where are the other two?
I have no clue.
you see Jana just Michael Phelpsing it back towards you in the ocean.
Oh, we found the barnacle creature, but it's
What?
not
That was
like
fast.
an animal or like anything that I could identify. So we're wondering if you could come out here, Riley, and like read its mind and see what's going
Yeah.
on.
Huh. Wait, so it wasn't hostile?
Well, if you got close, it kind of was, but like it didn't. Like I got kind of close, and it just. No, I don't know. Maybe it's full.
Weird. Alright, so sure, I'll have a look. Where's it at?
Follow me. Zero, do you want to come? I
Following.
think you also have the ability to breathe, but if you don't want to, I understand.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang back.
Okay. As Jana, Riley, you jump back in to try to see what the fuck's going on. Chris, you're sort of just sitting there hovering above these creatures.
Yeah, just just standing in the sand, looking at them, seeing if I could notice anything, perhaps.
So you're on the surface, or like on the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just standing like maybe like 10 feet away from them.
Okay. So as you sort of sit there, they sort of just, the one that was pulled out of the sand by Jana sort of stands up, and just begins to walk towards you. What's your AC?
It's 15.
Okay. Okay. He sort of just walks towards you, and you're just wondering what the hell it's going to do, and it makes a large, wide haymaker, which you sort of just easily dodge, and as you do it, it makes another one that's almost like it weirdly fast in the water. Considering how otherwise lethargic it moves, and it sort of just clocks directly in the jaw. You take 12 points of bludgeoning damage as it just punches you, more or less.
Okay, I'll step back maybe another 10 more feet.
Okay. You step back 10 more feet, you see behind you, the other two barnacles are sort of embedded in the ground, begin to just pull themselves up out of the sand. And they look, like they have like this growth of barnacle and salt just built up on them. They look almost have the weird like melted waxy texture made of salt on their faces as well, and they're just generally gross looking. And they begin walking towards you as well.
I'll start swimming up towards the surface.
Okay. As you're swimming up, you can see with the light and with your dark vision, you can see in the distance a little bit. It was hard to see from where you were, but you saw several other clusters of these barnacle creatures just begin to rise up, and you count maybe 17 or 18. They're all sort of just converging on your location.
Okay, I think at that point I'll just do a misty step 30 feet towards the beach.
Okay. Yeah, none of them are swimming towards you. They're all just sort of walking on the surface, but as you were looking down, they were just converging where you were once were, and just all looking up at you. But once you misty step, you go 30 feet. You still see that cluster. Are you swimming back towards the beach?
I'll just stay where I am for now.
Okay. And you're just wading water, treading water on the surface. Eventually, Jana does arrive after like a minute or two with Riley in tow.
They're all collecting over there. They were trying to come after me.
Well, let's go find out what they're thinking then, yeah? Riley will, Wait, oh, how far out is it?
About 30 feet that way.
Alright, I'll keep my eyes peeled.
Jana was
start
asked,
merging.
did you antagonize them?
Nope.
You start shit.
Were you being racist in Grex?
Riley is on her out.
Okay, so you start heading towards the cluster then.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone following suit.
Sure.
Yeah.
As you begin to swim down, you begin to see Chris, that cluster that was sort of gathered where you were, it was beginning to work its way towards you, and there's like this like small horde of these creatures just marching towards your position. Not very fast, granted. But it's almost like every step they make, they like sink slightly into the sand. Like they're just very heavy. As rather you get close, they begin to sort of just grasp out at you. This sea of limbs just beginning to just grope towards your position.
Well, I think I understand that they want something. I'm going to read one mind. Maybe the closest one to me.
Cool. So you read the mind. Not affected.
Oh.
Like you just go into the mind. It's not like it fails. There's just nothing there.
I'd be able to discern if this is some sort of magic.
Make an Arcana or a History check. Your choice. Okay. Trying to recall what you remember about certain types of magics. There is different types of magic that could potentially bring a creature like this into life. There's some that conjure stuff, but this seems a bit too human for just to be like a conjuration thing. This seems more like it lies more in like around the necromancy school. And you garner this is probably a form of undead.
This could be some sort of... Well, my guess is maybe these are dead sailors of some sort.
Reanimated by something.
Yes.
We should probably find out what the source of that is then.
Would I be able to detect magic?
If you want to. You won't be able to do it really as a ritual in the middle of the water. You'd have to like be on the ground to do it, but
Can't he just cast it with a spell slot?
yeah, if you want to do that instead.
Yeah, it's not prepared though.
So you'd have to do the ritual if you want to
forgot
cast
that.
it then.
Yeah. So maybe I'll just swim 30 feet away from that location, but stealthy.
Right,
If I can.
Just trying to look like a fish or something. An unassuming, not brainy fish.
How long does the effect of Pipes of Haunting take? Pipes of haunting. Where are they? Oh, they're there. 1 minute, not enough.
And around this time, you can see, all of you can just see, like, there's that cluster already that was already kind of growing. It's just growing more. Like, more of these barnacle creatures are beginning to just pile on top of each other almost.
Ew.
What y'all doing?
Should we test how durable they are? They don't seem to be able to come after us up here.
What do you mean, test how durable they are? Like attack them?
Start attacking. Start blasting.
Yeah, I could try. Can I try casting Vitriolic Sphere?
Okay, is that an attack roll or is that a saving throw?
I think it's a saving throw.
Okay. Which saving throw? Dexterity?
Yes.
Okay. I'm assuming a 3 fails. Cool, so roll for damage. Jesus, okay. Okay. So you 28 damage. Yeah, as you cast the vitriolic sphere, this big globule of just acidic magic just hits one. It begins to singe. You can see like the little bubbles of acid begin to just bubble up, just searing off a lot of this barnacle. There's this huge chunk of flesh and barnacle just missing from his body, and it's still just grappling at you.
I think it's kind of durable.
Seems so. Alright. I guess I'll
Maybe-
try next then. You have an idea?
Maybe we could follow where they're coming from, because there's more coming in there, right?
Yeah, they're all sort of just gathering below you, and they're all usually coming from deeper out, further onto the ocean.
You want
Yeah,
to
maybe we
check a
can
little
follow.
bit further out then? Sure.
Yeah. So maybe we'll do that. We'll just follow where they're walking from.
Okay. As you begin to swim out, just keeping just out of their range, that cluster follows you slowly. Eventually, you do just outpace them entirely until they're out of eyesight. And on the way, you do see more and more of these clusters of barnacle creatures, these forms of sea-based undead, seemingly. Some of them are just standing in the middle of nowhere in the sand. Some of them are buried, like Jana found. But the further you go out, the more you find. You probably pass 50 or 60 on the way out here.
Any idea where they're coming from yet?
There's not just like a direction they're going, but you just go out and out and out, and there's just more and more and more of them.
Guess we keep on going out until we see more concentration of them.
I'm gonna send a 0. There's a fuckload of them out here. They don't seem to be able to swim, which is great, but yeah, seafloor, not a nice place to be.
I guess I'll just say, you guys be careful out there.
Okay, continuing.
You just keep going out until something interesting happens.
Pretty much. Maybe that or 20 minutes to half an hour passes. So
Okay.
that's a lot. That's like basically out at sea at that point, and
Yeah.
kind of want to head back.
So you go for another extra, give or take 10 minutes. You guys are several hundreds, if not like 1,000 plus feet away from the shore at this point, just swimming. It gets tiring for some of you, Riley, you're a fish. You're just going out and out, and eventually the sun begins to dip below the horizon a little bit, and it begins to darken the waters around you, especially how deep you're going. It's sort of just this gentle decline into the abyss. Eventually, it's just this ruddy gray around you, as far as you can see, just keeping the surface within eye shot. And while it is not quite as concentrated as it built up around where you were previously, you do see occasionally these creatures just standing in the middle of the open floor of the ocean. Occasionally you see bigger creatures, not salt or barnacle encrusted, but these large bulbous masses of flesh, which look like just standing on these almost tree-like legs with tentacles for arms, and they're just sagging, bulbous. You see a huge, just teeth-laden maw in the middle of its chest, and they're just standing there as well, in the middle of nowhere.
Is it like
the bottom.
the demon we saw?
No,
No? Okay.
the demons are small compared to this one. This is way bigger. This one probably stands for, I estimate, give or take 12, 15 feet.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you pass by one or two of these creatures, and they're just standing there.
Are
Eventually more
krakens
and
known
more.
to have teeth?
Yeah.
Okay.
These don't look like krakens, though. They're just standing. And eventually, it's just black, and these creatures just all surrounding you. 10 minutes have passed. Do you want to keep going?
Seems pretty dangerous. Do we carry on?
Maybe we should have some sort of light.
Yeah. This doesn't feel like
So,
that time. We should come up with a plan.
I'm okay to keep going, but I can cast light.
Do you have teleport ready? Or did your demi-plane take that up?
I have a type of teleport ready.
That's not good.
But teleport itself, no.
Alright. Well, we're risking a lot by continuing to go.
I don't think most of us are on full spell slots either. Should we
my burst options don't get us to safety. So maybe think this one through, warn the town.
Maybe we can come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, if we've got things at the floor of the sea interrupting a salvage economy over here, there's gonna need more than just us to get rid of this. So, yeah, this is gonna be a multi-day endeavor minimum.
Okay. You headed back then?
Yeah.
Okay. 0. You're just waiting on the dock, correct?
Yeah.
Cool. Join me in sneaky peeky.
Okay.
Oh, that's not fucking scary at all.
I like how the music changed too.
Shit is not okay in Gulmud.
No.
These waters are not good. I wonder if it's something to do with the chem.
Because it's undead. It's possible.
Do you think there's a
The
relation?
Rules Gate just happened to
True.
a relation.
So I know that everyone in this town just washes up on shore, I guess. But do you find it a coincidence, and it could be something else, but that those musicians washed up on shore and have just been here for a while. Like, they actually, might have come from the ocean or something.
Oh, Riley also washed up on Golmud Shore.
That's what I said, this could be something else, but they just seemed very creepy.
I think those musicians have some sort of
They have some secret for sure.
because they have a unique type of instrument, which I think might be magical.
And a gun? Why is he carrying a gun?
Fancy looking gun.
And was just being a creep to Riley. Being like, we know who you are and what you've done.
God, why did it have to be Riley?
It's always Riley.
Of course he's not going to be inquisitive. He's going to be all wholesome about it.
That probably was your best, unless you wanted to fight them right there and then,
Which I didn't. Because I was, performing.
And even then, we need to get info out of them, not have them be dead.
I don't think Riley would, commit murder in the street. It's pretty uncharacteristic, even if he kind of needed to. Yeah.
They know certain circles that we've been in. So I wonder
if they're faceless.
they could be faceless, or they could be commission. They could be the gravekeepers.
Silver one.
Oh god, if they're gravekeepers. I mean, that kind of makes sense that he would, but the gravekeepers are they wouldn't make a stupid mistake like throwing somebody out there without a mask.
Maybe they're there to just hide in plain sight.
Perhaps.
I don't think, unless someone were to really give them money, a lot of money, which someone has in the past, but it feels like they're just a neutral,
Yeah, well,
they
I
could
think
be theoretically for revenge, but I don't think that's how they roll. I think they're like,
No.
No.
if you beat one of us, you did it,
it's either
Death
Yeah.
comes for everyone.
Yep.
I think for them it's either they kill you or you kill them, or that sort of thing. They don't really hold grudges or that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't seem to be a gravekeeper way. So that pretty much eliminates them as a potential. Unless they got hired again.
Which I think
Which is
after we already
possible.
kill one, I don't think many of them would be taking up that offer, honestly.
Yeah, that plus well, we've already lost one of our associates to them. What, do you wish to send us into another death trap? I don't know. It's hard to get a feel for what the other gravekeepers would think because we've never met them.
Right.
Unless their price is higher now.
Which, how much money does Silverwind really want to throw at us? At this point, I feel like they would just kill us themselves,
Yeah, and it's not like we're interrupting their regular business. Their cover-up.
Which, speaking of which, are we not concerned that Silverwind is bringing us Zero's food?
Oh, I'm mad concerned about that. But Zero has disguised self, so it'll work out.
Okay.
As long as the rest of us aren't there, it should be fine.
Should I wonder if that's Tenon Lorig's in charge of that. Could
I
ask
don't know.
him if he knows about that. Or if he's in charge of operations of delivering that food.
But of course, he could just lie about that too.
I don't know what the plan is for, the ocean stuff. Or, what I mean is, what are we, I don't know even what our action plan should be.
I have no idea. We need to learn more.
Since it seems to be like necromancy, I think preparing anything with radiant damage or
Oh yeah.
having radiance or something like that would help.
Can we like study that barnacle chip for like weaknesses? Is that a thing we can do?
Might be able to identify it if it has magic.
Identify is cheap. Can you ritual that as well?
Yep.
Yeah, easy enough then.
This is a long sneaky peeky.
Don't like this. Don't like it at all.
And a scary music stayed.
And continues. Oh, really don't like that.
Typically, we only get sneaky peekies when we go to sleep, right?
Yeah,
just
I
when
don't.
you're by
I think the
yourself.
reason this is happening is because Zero is being confronted by an NPC,
Yeah.
and we're not there.
Yep, that's what I think too. When I said split the party,
Could be
I
the
didn't mean like
musicians.
this. Could be anybody. The sketchy people that guy sends to deliver us food.
I did give her what's it called, water breathing. So
There is an
they-
escape route at the very least, but also
But also
this could
Zero
be bad.
refuses to, yeah.
it's either barnacle men or the musicians.
And then when they return, oh, by the way, Zero died.
That was kind of like what happened to me. Like as soon as we separated, the
Yeah.
grave
Yeah,
keepers came to attack.
that's true.
To be fair, that's what I was trying to warn you about. It feels like I know, like literally the last session, I was like, we should split the party up more. But right now, I feel like we're in like horror movie mode, and I'm like, we can't separate. That's how you
But
die.
and Simon is throwing us a curveball too, because like who expected it to be in Gold Mud? We just had like the most wholesome thing, and now you're pulling this shit on us.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good twist, at least. Just gotta hope Zero isn't dead.
Oh my god. Okay. Now I'm paranoid. What if throwing out those posters in the water was actually to like alert these things of us or something?
No shot.
I don't think so, but just it's fun to think what if.
Because water, their posters float.
Yeah.
It wouldn't sink.
Or they disintegrate or something.
I like how this music is playing, and I just picture the three of us in the dark in the middle of the ocean with these creatures below us.
It's not a good feeling.
Meanwhile, thinking about what might be happening at the shore.
And why it had to be sneaky beakied.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is that normally if it's something like that, Simon would just do it, you know, for everyone. It wouldn't just be a one-off thing. So I feel like it has to be something specific to Zero. Did Zero tell that guy where, like, the true meaning where the food was going in the end?
I don't think so, no.
Did Zero give him their real name?
I also don't think so. Just said, this is a delivery from Yancey, so it's supposed to be for me.
Should we test the food?
Well, Zero is already putting it away in bag of holding.
Just in case there's poison.
Recall what Yancey said. Oh,
I would test the Silverwind one.
Yeah, I'm less concerned of it being poison and more of it just, like, being filled with rocks or some shit. You know, like, yeah, this is food.
true, I guess.
Just because
Damn, I
of
hadn't
how much
considered
food
that.
there is, that'd be so much poison.
Well, the thing is that, like, the Silverwind operations that are currently going.
Are they rolling? Oh
Yeah.
no.
At least that's a good roll.
I was on a D20 though. What does that mean?
I think a chem's here.
Wish you could send emotes in chat,
Oh, you can.
but like Twitch emotes.
Mm.
Another one? Oh, I see. Alright, so how dead is Zero?
8 stab wounds.
I'm dying on the beach right now. Please hurry.
Yeah, well, the music isn't helping.
Okay. As you all eventually make your way back, you come back and you don't see Zero.
Yeah.
Gonna, like, whistle for Zero.
Does Zero?
Yeah,
Let's see
you see your friends. You hear the whistle.
Okay, I'll walk up to that area and I will drop invisibility.
Okay.
And
Suddenly
I think-
Zero appears in front of your eyes.
Oh,
and
good.
I have a very not panicked, but a very serious, like, kind of angry look on my face.
Oh no,
Is
we were
everything
gone for
okay?
10 seconds. What happened?
I will just lean into the party and just let them know we need to speak privately somewhere.
I'll just cast Tiny Hut.
Okay. No ritual, just boom.
Yep, just boom.
A big dome appears on the middle of the dock, but seemingly soundproof, magic proof, scry proof. Not scry proof, but magic can't go through it. You're fairly safe in here. Safer than, out in the open at least.
We're all wearing our scry stuff too, right? Or maybe Chris
Yep.
took his off?
Yeah, I'll just do non-detection on myself.
Bibbidi boppidi boo.
Ah.
Bippity boppity boo, non-detection on you.
On me.
Bibbidi boppidi bee.
Oh, yeah, here you go. Alright, Zero, what's up?
So, the drow from the tavern, right? And his Goliath friend.
Oh, yeah, too. They were pretty nice. What's up?
He's a gravekeeper.
No.
So what, we're being hunted again?
He said that we are not his target yet. It depends on how much their employer pays them. But his name is, what was it again?
Is it
Sot?
Kadik? Kadik?
No.
That's his.
His-
Oh, that's a cover name
Sight.
then.
Excuse me. His name is Sight.
Okay.
And the Goliath's name was Onslaught. And the Goliath seemed very, very keen on rocking my shit just then and there. The drow spoke to me. He just gave a warning. He said he's been watching us and everyone we've been around. As I followed them, they went back to the tavern. They're performing right now, I think, but I don't think Golmut's safe till we kill them.
They
Well,
haven't.
they said not a target yet.
Yeah.
They haven't done anything. They're watching us. He said they've been watching us and everyone we're close to. And he said that they're waiting to see if the gravekeepers are going to get paid for us to be next.
I feel like
Simon,
we need to
am I
have a
able-
conversation with them because, like, how does contracting with the gravekeepers work? Like, I feel like I got questions for them.
Simon, what exactly did he say? If you don't mind me repeating, if that's okay.
That whether you like it or not, you are watched by the gravekeepers, and so is everyone that you associate or involved with. And also that you are not a target yet, though apparently talks are happening.
We just
Talks
talked
can't
about
happen.
how it wasn't the gravekeepers.
Talks
Damn.
can't happen if we kill him. That's all I'm saying.
But they're just
I,
sending
uh,
somebody else after us.
But then, I don't know.
There's got to be a diplomatic
There's
solution
just more,
to
and then
this.
just other ones will come.
Yeah, exactly.
Do we let him do what he did in the Night Fort again?
No,
we can't
obviously
always be
not.
here to look after everyone we're near. I'm sure you guys don't want what happened to Anson happening to anyone else.
We have a lot of problems happening in this town. Fentu might have to wait.
The fact that they told you anything,
I mean, they're
feel like
obviously
I
open
wanna
to dialogue.
I know, it's why I want to go have a conversation with them, because I wouldn't have just told if they were expecting big amounts of money, why would they go out of their way to tell us hey, why give us an advantage,
We also have a wish.
especially
they're
when
not
they know
afraid
that
of
we've
us.
already killed one of them.
He's not afraid of us. He seemed very keen on honoring his oath to the gravekeepers. He was not afraid of us whatsoever. Well, I mean, what are you suggesting? We outbid them?
We could try.
Or you get them to take us to their employer.
I think I just want to learn
I don't know how
about
it works.
their operation. How many of them are there? How much are they getting paid? Just real honest. Just what is Silverwind doing to do this?
I know the doctor told us last time. What was the number? 20,000, 25,000?
But I'm
Something
assuming
like
they've
that.
now upped their rates because now it's two of them, and it's if one of my coworkers got killed on the job, I would ask for more money.
True.
I doubt the gravekeepers have a union or anything like that. It's hard
But
to
well, I
say.
mean that's just negotiation.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to talk to him, by all means. They, to my knowledge, went back to the tavern. I'm not sure.
Oh, Gulmud. Oh, I didn't know that existing would put you in so much danger. Maybe we should bring a dragon after all.
What if we put a?
My vote
Can I
is
just say
not
something crazy?
on.
What if we put a hit back on Silverwind?
Sure, but that doesn't stop any transactions that are currently. I don't
No.
know.
And I don't know how the contracts work. I guess they haven't signed it yet. If he says we're not on target, but once you sign a contract, doesn't that mean? Does it work like Yancey? Can we outbid them and he'll just revoke the contract?
Yeah, I think we have some questions to have.
Can we hire a gravekeeper?
At the
as a
very.
bodyguard?
As a bodyguard, that would cost a lot.
Probably not,
Yeah.
because I think they're more for taking lives than for
Protecting them,
protecting.
indeed.
My vote is no negotiation, no conversations. With how much damage they've done to the innocent people around us and how much they could continue to do, if the gravekeepers as a whole want to do something about it, there's nothing we can do about it anymore. But if we have to stop him either way, we're gonna have to stop him. My vote is just kill them out right now. Protect everyone in Golmud, everyone, Answin, everyone that is near us all the time. And, I don't know, maybe it'll send a message to the gravekeepers that we took out 2 of their own. He did tell me we are the first people to ever kill the gravekeeper. If we killed the second one, maybe we could use that to our advantage and send a message to them to just fuck off. As for Silverwind, we can handle them separately because they obviously don't have the means of kicking our ass themselves. But if you guys would like alternative solutions first, by all means.
On the plus side, kill 3 gravekeepers. That's pretty badass. You get some rep around here, we're not to be fucked with. Great, awesome. The downside, we extract 0 information.
I don't think they'll. I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know until y'all have a
And-
conversation with them. But the doctor wouldn't give us any information either. They seem to be very set on their ways.
It's possible they become more tenacious once we get rid of more of them. Maybe we become something of a threat to the entire establishment, and they come after us with even more force. I think we need to do this diplomatically. We can put our finger on the dragon button. I can get Polaris over here,
Yeah.
and if we need to,
I'm
yeah,
not
I'm gonna
against
do that right now.
killing them. I think I just want to, if we are in this quick little short period before the contract is signed, we can gather some information and then, you know.
I'm gonna send to Polaris. I'm going to need you to be on standby. Circle the sky above Golmud, and I'm going to need you to be on standby. Circle the sky above Golmud. No, I'm gonna have to reword that. New orders. Circle sky around Golmud. If given signal, find building that looks like. What does the deep dive look like?
It's a square building. It's very nondescript, but it does have a wooden anchor at the front of it.
Find building with wooden anchor. Descend on it.
What's the tavern called again?
The deep dive. Okay. You hear back in your head, Riley. As you wish, master. And then you hear a bunch of words that probably weren't part of the message, but they snuck through anyway. Miss Answin, it is time to board.
All right.
Oh shit! I forgot Answin's just walking around.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
The dragon's going on top of the tavern.
Circling the skies above Golmud and then waiting for signal.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. So, find yourselves a number of interesting developments in Gomid Harbor. A threat of undead seemingly beneath the waves, and a threat of assassination above them. As the beauty of the sunset has faded at this point, and now it is just this dark purple twilight, night encroaching all. We'll pick it up there next time.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Good
stuff,
sesh.
son.
Uh, 3,000 everybody. EXP.
Sure.
Ooh. Oh, there's no math involved. Love that.
Yeah. Damn. That's yeah, that's just about as bad as it gets, huh? This is a pickle.
Yeah. So now we have to think about going to Sant as well. Like,